Yeah, swerve when I drive. Yeah.
Hey, neighbor.
What's up, neighbor? How's it
What's
going?
going on, neighbor?
I'm loving that gimmick, bro. The neighbor gimmick. Every time I see it with the towel.
What's happening?
You know, just another Wednesday. Hey.
What's going on, wrestling world? What is happening tonight? It is ya boys, Vernon Somoza, Frank Champion,
It's the pay window.
two wrestling opiners. We are the Pay Window Podcast. We are on the Sandbox Podcast Network. Shout out to Big Bro.
Shout out, Big Bro.
My guy.
What's up?
What is going on? How are you, Frank Champion?
I'm splendid. Splendid.
Wonderful.
So what I'm going to use. So you said we are wrestling opiners. Can we get our alliteration on? Because one thing that the recently released Men Swa has told me, Vince is very big on alliterations. Okay. So can we be on the professional can we be the powerful pontificators of professional wrestling? Can we be that? All those P's there.
Powerful pontificators of pro wrestling.
Of professional wrestling. What do you think?
Okay. Hey, man, why not?
How about
PPW?
So just random, thinking about the Mansoir thing. He said he loves alliterations. And when you get the script and it's underlined, that means Vince wants you to say it exactly how it says it on paper. Okay.
Oh,
so do you remember suffering succotash, son? That was definitely a Vince line.
Oh,
For
yeah.
sure.
100%.
Underline. Yeah. Roman is like, yeah, I guess I got to say this. Suffering succotash, son. So yeah. Yeah. Because Mansoir was like, the only guys that don't have to follow the verbiage, the script, are the top guys. The Romans, the Brocks, the top guys, the Codys. They still get a script handed to them. Like, here's a script. But they're the only guys that can go, you know what I mean? Before that was me crumpling the paper, guys, and tossing it behind my head for the audio listener, and be like, screw this. But guys like Mansoir, they better say suffering and succotash, son, or anything else, or they're gonna get in big trouble. But yeah, no, I'm splendid. I'm trying to get my alliterations on. I am superbly splendid. Does that work?
Wonderful.
I'm trying.
Hey, man, glad
What's
to
the
hear
deal
it.
with you, my guy?
And I'm doing all right. I'm happy. I'm enjoying this cooler weather now over here on Strong Island. The weather has gotten cooler.
It's the fall.
And so fall is upon us. Football is happening.
Yep.
My whatchamacallit? Yeah, week four of football is almost on, man. And the Jets are still doing terrible.
You guys won a game yet? You won one. You won week one.
Uno. One game.
My 49ers are 3-0. Yeah, I swear when I drive. Yeah, I swear when I drive.
So this is a new thing I learned about today. I learned about this whole thing, this whole dance in one moment.
Swear when I drive. Come on, man.
And what about it? And you said it off camera, but you said it right. AW. If it's meme worthy, it gets over.
Got it right. Scissor me, daddy ass. It's all meme worthy stuff. It's the only stuff I seem to only like from AW. But hey,
man. So if it's only
I'm sitting there screaming at the matches, but then nonsense like that happens, and I love it.
That's man. So is that ultimately maybe why I guess I don't get AW, right? Because I don't do social media, so I don't scour the internet looking for the newest memes, and I don't care what they are. So yeah. I never know what the newest viral video is. I never know what the newest
until somebody tells you.
Until someone tells me, and I'm like, what? Really? That's a thing?
Yeah.
So maybe that's why AW doesn't connect with me, because
AW is for the modern wrestling fan, and the modern wrestling fan is a modern human being.
Yeah,
things are meme worthy. I mean, WWE is trying to appeal to a mass audience, while AEW says they're trying to appeal to a mass audience, but it's a niche audience.
A mass audience of about 800,000 people, according to the ratings.
Well, sir, Wembley, 85, 5 something or something now, right?
Yeah, the new number. Now the third number.
So our buddy Shay, a good friend of the show, Shay, sent that text message right in our group chat. Am I bugging?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna find it. The name of the person who sent the email, who got the email back.
Which, by the way,
tried to redact his name.
Yeah, and just take it at face value. By the way, just just take it at face value.
Yeah, it's like how? Hold on, where is it? I'm trying to find it now. I see a bunch of respectfulies. Let me go back. Here it is. It says Wembley Stadium attendance, wrestling CRM. I feel like this is a general inquiry, right?
Yeah.
To further to your query, I confirm the attendance at this event was 85,528. I hope this is helpful. Kind regards, Chris White, Director of Environment and Leisure of the Brent Council. So this guy tried to black his name out. So when you look at it, let me just put the phone up to the screen. When you look at it there, you can see the big black line. But if you zoom on in, it says, let's see if you can see it Branch, whoever Mr. Branch is, he's the guy who went out of his way. And all I did was just zoom it on in. I said, that doesn't really black everything out. Zoom, Mr. Branch, some random person inquiring and getting an email. How? I guess it's confirmed now. 85,528.
Brian Alvarez didn't seem to have an issue with it. He said, okay.
He ran with it, huh? Got the email, ran with it. Oh my God, dude. Like, I don't know.
But what do we do now that's a third number? Tony Khan and them announced 83,125, right?
81.
I thought it was 83. I thought it was 83,125.
I don't even know anymore. And people get heat because the WWE embellishes the numbers. I've heard 14 different numbers in the past month for All In. But here we are talking now a new number today, 85,000.
Is it telling at the fact that the most interesting thing that happened at that show is the fact that we're just talking about the attendance now?
Yeah, can you tell me anything significant that has carried maybe this Adam Cole MJF story that is gotten screwed up?
I don't watch the weekly product anymore. I have no ideas. I don't watch the weekly product anymore.
I don't blame you. So I watch the weekly product, but I don't watch the weekly product. This is me watching the weekly product. My TV's right there, and I go, and I continue to what I'm doing, and I go, what is this nonsense? And then I go, oh, Prince Nana's on. That's the only. I'm telling you, it's a struggle. I try, but it's a struggle. It's a struggle because I want to see. There's a lot of guys on that roster. We say it every time. I think we say it like every third episode. There's a lot of guys on the roster I'd love to see succeed. I'd love to see the promotion succeed, but until they get the right people in place, it ain't happening.
Nope. You mean until they get released, or until their contract goes up, or until they get?
He's not just going to release 30 random people. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're not wrong. No, I'm just saying I feel bad because until they leave.
Right.
Nothing's gonna happen.
Right. Like and so let's bring up this hypothetical, right? Since I know soon we're gonna be talking about releases and signings and stuff like that. These contracts are gonna start to fizzle out, right? Because Tony Khan's not gonna he's either gonna resign you or he's gonna let the contract die out, kind of like he did with Big Swole, Joey Janela, Marco Stunt. Numerous other people, right, that have worked for him and no longer there.
What's his name? Sonny Kiss, another one. They just let the contract expire. That's it.
Like, yeah, thanks for your business, but we're done with you. As opposed to being like, we're letting you go now. It's like, what's gonna happen when all those contracts that are allegedly in that 5-year deal, that 5-year term in 2024? How are you going to write wrestling for guys whom you might not be keeping or getting a re-signing from them? What if Malachi Black all of a sudden gets interest back from the WWE and you've got this whole House of Black stable that is surrounded by him? And now all of a sudden WWE wants Alistair back. and you've been trying to promote this guy and his trio and Julia Hart. Now what? You're gonna put it on Buddy? I mean, we'll cross that path when we get there next year, but
that's it.
I mean,
there's no future plans. I mean, why would we lie? There's no future plans. It's whatever you want it to be.
That's the weird part about it. And it's got to be around the summertime, around where Wembley is, right? Around June-ish, a lot of those contracts were signed. Because when did AEW start? When was AEW's first pay-per-view, right? Double or Nothing, right? When was that?
The very no, All In.
The very first. Well, no,
All In's the very first show. The
under the
AEW
AEW banner.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it wasn't under the AEW banner. The first one under the AEW banner was Double or Nothing 2019, right? When they were just doing pay-per-views, right? May 25th, 2019. The inaugural Double or Nothing and professional wrestling pay-per-view for AEW. So that was the first branded AEW promotion, right? So I'd say in about the guys that were on this card. Let's screw it now. We're on it. Hey, they had 9 matches on that card, Vern. Imagine. They had 9 matches on that card. Okay, so Adam Page is still there, right? Hangman Adam Page is still there. MJF still there. Kip Sabian's still there, right? He's doing commentary. Sammy Guevara is still here. Well, Frankie Kazarian is no longer there with SCU, right? His contract's done, but Daniels does backstage stuff.
He's an Impact.
And Scorpio Sky's a Collision. Yeah, it's Kazarian's Impact now. And then the Strong Hearts. That was the loan, the Chinese Wrestling Federation loan or whatever.
Oh,
Britt Baker's still there.
Dragon Gate, yep.
Yes. Britt Baker's still there. Nyla Rose is still there. Kylie Ray isn't there. I do not remember Awesome Kong being in this 4-way match. Why do I not remember that?
Oh, man. How could you forget?
I do not remember that. Best Friends is still there. Angelo and Jack Evans, gone. Hikaru Shida, Rio there. Yeah, this is the Japanese match again.
Doesn't Angelico still work there?
Angelico still signed?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, no, he's still signed.
Angelico still works there.
Jack
Evans doesn't work there. Jack Evans got sent back to AAA.
Cody's no longer there. Defeated his. Oh, yeah, that was a great match they had, him and Dustin.
One of the best AEW matches.
Facts. Bucks and the Lucha Bros for the AAA titles. They're still there. And then Kenny and Jericho. So all these guys that are on this card were signed before that pay-per-view because they were doing all those media plugs where they had the guys at the podiums. Remember Sonny Kiss came there when they was all inclusive? Remember that when they were in front of the pool?
All of them, yes.
Yeah, so did I because this was the time where I was like, oh man, I can't wait. I'm excited. The anticipation. Remember that when we talked about off air on it via text, anticipation of a new promotion. And then they got TV. And then 3 weeks in, I was all set. But like guys like Adam Page. Okay, Adam Page, MJF, Sammy Guevara, Britt Baker, Best Friends, Hikaru Shida, Rio, the Bucks, the Lucha Bros, Jericho, and Omega. They're safe. All those guys that are on that card, they're good. But guys like Scorpio Sky, are they going to renew Scorpio Sky contract? Maybe because he's boys with the Bucks, right? Because they're all out of that Cali love, right? That Cucamonga love. Kip Sabian keep a job.
They just renewed his contract.
Being the elite? Is he on being the elite too? Oh, okay, so then he's good. Let's see. Angelico. Does Angelico get another contract?
I think him and Tony like to hang out and chill.
Oh, hang out with another angel? Are you saying?
No, I think they like to hang out and they like to puff the magic dragon. Yeah, they like to puff the magic dragon. And Tony likes to hang with the boys and trade gimmicks from rumor has it.
Gimmicks. Okay. Dustin says he's done after this year, right? Or 2024. He's done, right?
Yes.
When his contract expires.
Allegedly.
Yeah, he says he's done. He's done wrestling. But he's probably still gonna have backstage work, okay?
I'd probably continue to coach. I'm assuming, to coach, right? Because he has to.
because he didn't get any backlash with the Lufisto thing, so nobody cared with the Lufisto thing. Apparently, people cared about the Lufisto thing the night of, and then the next day, AEW ganged up on her. Okay, let's forget about her now.
Yep. Tribe mentality.
So yeah, I just brought it up because I'm thinking, like, wow, look at the names in this battle royal. Orange Cassidy, Tommy Dreamer, Sonny Kiss, Marco Stunt, Luchasaurus, Ace Romero, Mark Quinn, Jungle Boy, Glacier, Billy Gunn, Sean Spears, Brian Pillman Jr., shout out to him, Joey Janela, Jimmy Havoc, Isaiah Cassidy, Michael Nakazawa, Brandon Cutler, Sunny Days. I don't even remember who that is. MJF and Dustin Thomas.
Was the guy who won a contest with AEW to be in the Battle Royal? He was like a fan that won the contest, submitted gimmick, win a contest. I remember Sunny Days. Yeah. They did like a YouTube video about it.
Do you want to see what I get when I Google Sunny Days? You ready?
Sure.
Tell them what you see, Vern.
Oh boy. My Little Pony. That's so funny.
It's My Little Pony. When I Google Sunny Days, it's My Little Pony. Do I do Sunny Days AEW?
There it is.
This guy? Steel City Brawler? This is Sunny Days?
Yeah, you don't remember him?
Does he wrestle at CZW or something?
No, he was a fan that won a contest. Not even joking.
You did serious. This guy is not a worker. This
guy,
no,
he was a worker, but I'm saying, but that's how he got into AEW, because he won a contest.
That's this guy. That's this guy. It has to be this guy, right? Or both of them?
I don't remember.
Cody Rhodes welcomes Sunny Day. He's also in that battle royal. Dustin Thomas. I was like, what name?
Oh, that? That's the guy who that's the guy who doesn't have legs. Yes.
Is it?
I'm asking.
When I was doing. Oh yeah, because that was the guy that was doing GCW. Okay, I googled Dustin Thomas, and that's who I get. Yeah, you're right. Yep. Yeah, that's him right here. That's him right there. Okay. Moving on, Vern. We're 17 minutes in now. So yeah, let's
yeah.
Let's correct something, shall we?
Let's
Vern?
issue a correction. Yes.
So last show on episode 41, the Bucks stops here. We talked about Limitless Macy Estrella, okay, and she had taken the fan time route, where you can subscribe. I'm not going to bother on the update on her because it was about 2 weeks ago. I'm sure nothing has changed. But you can subscribe to Macy for a certain amount of dollars. So we said, well, let's look at Mandy's, see what Mandy's update is, because it's a running gag. What Mandy's charging nowadays? Because one time Mandy was charging $1. She's charging $20. She's charging $15. So we were like, oh, let's just go look. And then we went, there was no Mandy Rose fan time page. So Vern got in his Meltzer bag, his Alvarez bag, and started speculating. So Vern said Mandy Rose is headed back to NXT as of 2 weeks ago today on 9/13. Or you said it's either that or fan time pages is down for maintenance. It'll be up the next day. We were both incorrect. Yep. The very next day, I think you sent me a message for like, Mandy Rose has made the jump from the porn industry's AEW of fan time to the porn industry's WWE of OnlyFans. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mandy Sachs OnlyFans. Now you can subscribe to Mandy Sachs' OnlyFans at Mandy Sachs for only $7.99 a month. And guess what? She's already flooded you with 42 posts and 66 pieces of media. Vern, that's over 108 things for you to pay for only $8. Vern.
Yeah. And I'm sure each one costs money to unlock and everything else.
And
I'm sure she's paywalled everything on that site.
$8 just to get in, brother. Okay. You got to pay to get in the club. Oh, you want to drink? Oh, you want to dance? Oh, you got to pay more for that, buddy. Sorry about that. So, hey.
Shout out to her. Like we say all the time, shout out to you. Make your money.
What did you say when you sent that text? She's never coming back.
Oh, she's never coming back.
Mandy Rose will never bump in a ring again. And in all honesty,
for what?
Why? She doesn't have to. She doesn't have to. As long as she looks how she looks, people are going to pay for it to see her.
As long as her gym membership is good, she's money.
It is a low maintenance job. My wife was watching something about today. It was a documentary on Netflix about how the Hub. I don't think we can mention the Hub on YouTube because I think then it's called you're promoting them. So that's why I just said the Hub, even though I just promoted the hell out of OnlyFans, but I don't know if that's okay or not. We'll see. But the Hub, it was a documentary about the Hub, how, you know, multiple things about like trafficking and all this stuff I'm not trying to get into. But hold on a second. What the hell? Sorry, I got sidetracked. What was I talking about now? The Hub. And now I got sidetracked. Hold on. Something just caught my eye on the side and I forgot. Hold on. Short term. Wait a second. Hold on. She was watching a documentary. We were talking about Mandy. Mm-hmm. Oh. What this girl was doing in the documentary. It was they interviewed various prawn stars, right?
Workers.
Various stars. Yep. Uh-huh. Workers. Thank you. That's a good one. Workers. Various workers. And the girl rates D's. She rates D's. You know what she does? I'm gonna do what she does. She comes in, she turns her light on, she goes, I don't look at him until I'm about to film. She had the D pick up. She goes, hey, blah blah blah. I just opened up your picture, and now I'm gonna get ready to rate your D. It's a nice looking one, and you know, it looks like it's got a reasonable size, and I can't really tell, but it looks like it's a little above average, but not that blah blah blah. She goes into detail. Okay, she ends everyone with a kiss. They show it numerous times. She's done, right? And I'm thinking in my head, these people went on her OnlyFans, paid money, snapped a photo of their junk, submitted it to her, paid more money for her to rate it, all from the comfort of her own home in front of her ring light. And I'm like, get to the bag, my lady. My wife's watching. She's like, I don't see anything wrong with that. I said, of course not. If people are willing to pay for that service, provide it. Provide it. And make as much money as you can, because that kind of money is not going to stay around forever. You're not going to look like that all the time. And eventually some people are going to smarten up and stop sending their D gimmicks to workers for ratings. Like, what? She rated, I'll give you a 7 out of 10. A 7.5 out of 10. I'm like, what? I'm like, what is? Hey, get to the bag. Get to the bag. So again, Mandy, congrats on making the big signing to the WWE of Prawn.
Shout out to you.
And we wish you well on your future endeavors. Anything you want to end off with, or was that good enough?
It's never coming back. She's never coming back.
We wish you well, Mandy Rose. We'll see what you're charging in about a month. All right, so speaking of signings and releases, we had a very interesting 2 weeks, Vern.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't happened. Usually it happens right after Mania season or right before Mania season. I mean, Mania time, where we get releases, right? Where we get like guys that have been floundering, guys that have been sent home, not being used on TV or whatnot. They get the old heave-ho. So it didn't happen in April like we thought it did, like it normally does. But it makes sense because they were just waiting for the TKO merger, right? Mm-hmm. So the TKO merger happened on the 12th. And I think it all started on the 21st. There goes Izzy shaking it up. On the 21st, the hammer started coming down. So I got this article from GameSpot, which is funny. Isn't that a video game? Yeah, COD Season 2. Okay, everybody's covering it. So GameSpot, I got this. It says all 21 WWE superstars released in 2023 so far. So this is a running tally. So this is by Chris E. Hayner, and this was on September 25th, 7 a.m. Pacific time. So that doesn't really matter. I'm not going to read this long article. I'm just going to go through the list of the people that have been released. So I should probably show his article because he's got some good photos. I don't know if you're following along. So we've got Mustafa Ali. I think he did it in the order they were announced released as well, which is good. So Mustafa Ali was released on the 21st, along with Rick Boogs, Aaliyah, Elias, Riddick Moss, Top Dollar, Shelton Benjamin, Emma, Dolph Ziggler, Daba Kato, Dana Brooke. This is where it hurts my heart right here. Mansoor and Mace, or Mace. I know this one hurts you, Vern. Quincy Elliott.
What could have been.
Yeah. Shanky. Julissa Leon. Oh, wow. I didn't realize she got released.
Yep.
Wow. And this guy, Kevin Ventura Cortez. I don't remember ever seeing this guy, but I guess he bumped around on a Raw for Veer and I forgot the other guy's name now. Indashir. I'm just gonna use the tag name. Indashir. Ikemen Jiro, jacket time. Yeah.
Didn't understand him.
Me neither. Brooklyn Barlow, who's getting punched by Fallon Henley. This is Brooklyn Barlow here. She must have did job work because I don't think I've ever seen her on TV. Or maybe that's Level Up because it's got blue ropes, right? That'll be Level Up, right?
Maybe.
Bryson Montana, another guy I never seen. Yeah, look, you see the L there up here. So Level Up. And Matt Riddle was on the 20. So all those guys got released, and Matt Riddle got his call in the 22nd. I guess it's because he said he didn't answer the phone the first time. Didn't he say that? He's like, I didn't answer the phone the first time, bro. So out of all the stints in the WWE, Ziggler, I believe, was the longest. Ziggler was with the company for 19 years. 19 years before being released. And Ziggler has had many different gimmicks, many different looks, WWE championships. The dude was on top, as top as a guy can get. I mean, he won Money in the Bank, and I think he knocked off Del Rio to win one, and I think he knocked off Edge one other time, but they didn't really count it for some reason. I can't remember. That was moons ago. But his big Money in the Bank victory over Del Rio started to make him become a fan favorite because, at that one time it was, you got the briefcase, we can't wait, anticipation. You see what I'm doing here, Vern? Anticipation. Briefcase, he cashed it in, the people went nuts. He super kicked Del Rio, took it home. The people went nuts. So that was one. I don't know. For me, I could see it coming, but I never thought I would see it happen. You know what I mean?
I'd agree
he'd be a guy,
Yeah.
I think he'd be like, give him he's going to be an agent now. Like, okay, you're not a worker, you're an agent.
Maybe but I don't think he's done, you know what, though, but I don't think he's done wrestling. So I think that if anything, it's not really any of these releases were like a big shocker. I think if anything, some of them were like, some of those people are people that you're like, look, go learn a new hold, go figure something out. Others,
I cry every time I pass by these guys, bro. I'm sorry. Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No. It's like Quincy Elliott, that never seemed to pan out. After he had that backstage issues and everything, he never really bounced back from that.
Yeah. I mean, Ikemen Jiro was there for 3 years, and
the character never developed beyond that.
Right. I mean, he had he left. He went to Impact. Come on, help me.
Kushida.
Time Splitter. They were a team. They were a team for a little bit. Jacket Time, and that didn't pan out well.
Gee, I wonder why Jacket Time didn't pan out.
I'd be honest. I think Ziggler and Riddle are the two biggest ones. I'm like, oh wow. It's not like, oh no.
But the Riddle one's not really a shocker because the Riddle one's got to do with Dana.
Yeah, especially with. Excuse me.
The Riddle one has to do with Dana. Riddle and Dana have heat.
So you're telling me because of the merger that they got rid of Matt Riddle that way? That's why.
I'm sure.
Okay,
I'm sure Dana was like,
but Dana has nothing to do. Dana works with the UFC still.
Correct.
He's not in the board of directors.
You're right, but remember, Dana White and Endeavor, Endeavor's going to do whatever they can to keep that relationship straight.
Sure.
And I'm sure Dana White hit him with this kid's trouble. He's a ticking time bomb. Because Dana White and him have had heat since he fired him for failing
drug test, multiple drug tests. Yeah, he was a good fighter. UFC. I mean, have you ever seen him how he looked back then?
I've seen the way he looked with the weird haircut.
He had like a short hairdo. He looked hilarious, bro.
But Matt Riddle,
unrecognizable almost.
Yeah, but Riddle has since gone on record of being like, screw Joe Rogan, screw Dana White. Dana White's a coward. Dana White's this. Dana White's that.
Oh yeah. You talk about guys in that position of power. Yeah, you're screwed, buddy.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. That's why I was
Okay.
like, when he got released, I was like, what's the shock? Dana White is there. I'm sure unfortunately, Dana White's here and Matt Riddle's here somewhere. Like, you're going to do
So
what you can to
I
keep
look at it
Dana
like
White
this
happy.
too. I look at it like this too. Riddle hasn't had a buzz since Seth Rollins.
And that
And that
too,
was over a
yeah.
year ago at
The
SummerSlam.
the weird buddy cop thing
Lots
they're
of
about
starts
to
and
develop.
stops
Yeah.
with Drew.
Because you know
They
what?
were starting
After him
and
and
then
Randy,
they
I feel like they've
yeah.
been trying to recapture that him and Randy, that Randy and him like
Well, he's a
synergy
good
where RK Bro came
yeah.
out of nowhere and it
Yeah,
worked.
that was organic. That was organic. It was Riddle. That's the thing about it. Riddle is like low key charismatic in a way like Rob Van Dam was. Maybe it's because they both toke the weeds. Maybe that's why. But their laid back approach to their promos, where they're not screaming. Well, Riddle would scream and yell sometimes, but you had to get him fired up. But his normal happy go lucky, I'm chill hippie lifestyle kind of gimmick, it worked and it connected with people. So that's why I think they were still trying, because they're like, well, he has a connection. We can still make money with this guy.
And he
But
could work.
I think he just had too many problems, man. All outside the ring, not off the ring, outside the ring,
And
off screen.
that's why I think Dana White must have been like, I really do feel like Dana White had something to do with just being like, yo, this is who I said he was. This is who he's always been.
Yeah,
I don't want that heat on our company, on our because, and so I really do feel like that had to do with a lot of getting rid of him.
for sure, absolutely for sure. So come on now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, bro. Let's
Oh,
talk
I
about our
think they're
guys,
coming
bro.
back. I think they'll be back.
You think so? And then it'll be. It'll not be the model gimmicks.
No, I don't think it'll be the model gimmicks, but I think that these two guys did the smartest thing they could do, get themselves back online. Don't pander to the IWC and bury the Fed to try to get yourself booked.
No, they're just telling stories. I love it right now, man. I've been watching their Twitch streams. They stream. It's Mace Brennan. It's Brennan Williams' Twitch. It's a great black otaku, and he's on Twitch Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and they're on for about 3 to 4 hours, and they're just telling stories about their experiences in the WWE, or like, and they're very touch and go too. They're like, "Can we talk about that?" And he's like, "I don't think so." They'll reference to each other like, "Should we talk about that?" And they're like, "Probably not." But he's like, sometimes they're just like, "You know what? Screw it. Let's talk about it." And they'll talk about it. Lots of great stories coming out of these guys from guys who were barely on television. I think they just didn't get a fair shake. Have you heard the story on why they stopped being on TV once H took over?
The whole thing with the lunch pail and why they got after the whole thing where they Braun tackled him.
Oh, that story is great. The Braun Strowman story is great. That's not that one.
Oh, okay. Then no.
The Braun Strowman lunchbox story is hilarious. Once I heard it, I was like, "This is hilarious."
Yeah.
No, Triple H saw them as a comedy act, which, of course, when he took over, he saw them as a comedy act. And I want to mention a lot of these guys and gals that got released, Vince guys. Yep. Just to let you know, Vince guys, like a Boogs. Like an Elias who barely wrestled and just did his promos. I believe a Madcap Moss, alliterations, I'm sure, right? Emma Ziggler was his guy. I mean, a lot of these guys. But anyway, back to these dudes. So Vince loved the models. Vince would go out there and shoot ideas at him for stuff to do, in-ring promos all the time. Mansoor said Vince loved their gimmick, loved the gimmick 100%. Triple H saw it and was like, well, this is a comedy act, but we can do the comedy stuff, but we have to make sure we prove you're competitive in the ring first before you start doing the stuff to make people laugh, a la a Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle was the perfect example of that, where he's the competitive as hell because obviously Olympic gold medalist, but he can make you laugh. You know, sexy Kurt, make your ankle hurt, all the milk, all that stuff. You know, any of the stuff that Kurt did was hilarious. Like I saw a recent promo from Kurt where he said, "Justin, credible." He said, "Wait a minute. You know, if you say your name fast," and I'm just like, Kurt, oh my God. Like it just hit him in like 2004 when they were doing X Factor. And I'm like, Kurt, really? Like stuff like that made him so hilarious. But Mansoor was saying Triple H wanted him to be taken seriously. And then the first thing they do when you see him come on TV, they're on the runway. They do the runway gimmick. So for Triple H, snake bitten. They were snake bitten immediately. So that's why they were taken off TV and they were doing all the YouTube stuff and just backstage promos.
Dang.
Yeah, so it sucked. They were snake bitten, but so entertaining. Listen, that time I told you to tune in to the bump, my favorite Massey moment. Tune into the bump and just watch Massey and what's her name? Maxine on the bump. Hopefully I can find a picture of Massey. I think we did it. Oh my God, I think that's it right there. This is in March. Just the best, absolute best right here. Boom. He killed it. He absolutely killed it.
Fully embraced the character.
That's what I love about it. I never watched the bump. I never watched that show. But then I was like, oh, the models are on? I'm watching. And he embraced the gimmick. And they were like, Kayla Braxton was saying something about, yeah, you should know that. You ever watch the movie Zoolander? Massey's like, who? He's like, no, I study all the great models. And he named like all these people from Italy and all these, like, I study the great models. I don't know who this Zoolander you're talking about. I'm like, this kid gets it. Like, he actually got the gimmick. If they had a chance, it would have worked. They also came up with an idea for to be heaters for the Miz, calling themselves the Fixers,
which was interesting.
Where, it could have worked. It could have worked if, the story's good enough. It's a good idea. It's a good seed. You know what I mean? It was a good seed, but unfortunately, the Miz liked it, but nothing came of it. So I'm not trying to disrespect any of these guys, Vern, but other than Riddle, the models, in my opinion, Ziggler, and Ali, a lot of these people weren't on TV. Boogs got hurt. Aaliyah got hurt. Elias wasn't on TV. Riddick Moss was done pretty much after Baron Corbin. Top Dollar was done at the dive. Let's be honest. Top Dollar did that dive. It was GG's. It was GG's for him,
they were
bro.
so done with
Michael Cole burying him. Week after week, Cole was burying him on TV, bro.
Yeah.
To the point they did the biggest story for Top Dollar was that. The part that people were making fun of him for that dive on Twitter. And they brought it to life with Ricochet. That's the biggest thing Top Dollar did.
And after that, bro, it never stopped.
It never stopped. So, like, a lot of these guys weren't really on TV. Emma, you saw sometimes with Boss. Now they're together off TV. I'm sure they're going to wind up going to Impact or AEW or something. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
But a lot of these guys weren't even being used. So that's why I get why you're going to get rid of them.
Correct.
Because there's always a new crop coming.
Correct. And WWE invests in their future. Whether people believe it or not, they invest in their future. It's like stock for them. That's why a guy like Parker Boudreaux that the internet dubbed Baby Brock gets released, because they said this stock is no good. It's not going to pan out. And
they picked up a overripened apple, and they were like, no, he got to go. That's exactly what it is. There's always going to be guys.
Prof likes to get mad at me and say that, Vern's a Vince guy, always defends Vince. Man, look at his track record. When he lets somebody go or he keeps somebody, whether you like it or not, when Vince wants to make you a star, you're going to be a star. When he doesn't, he doesn't.
So what does Prof say about you? He says you're a Vince guy?
I'm a Vince guy.
I'm
a Vince apologist.
According to Google right now, he's $2.7 billion in net worth. So I think it's okay to be a Vince guy. I don't know about you. Something tells me Vince knows what he's doing, right? I mean, dude, last year we thought Vince was done with the company. And here we are in September of 2023.
We were eulogizing him his goodbye.
He's right back where he's supposed to be. Now he's an owner of two of the major companies. If you think about it, he's got stake in two of the biggest combat sports companies in the world. What, like, how can you not be a Vince guy? You got to appreciate the ambition, the drive. Mind you, the dude's damn near 80.
The dude's damn near 80 and freaking still going. Still scrapping like it's his last dollar.
Right. You got gotta appreciate that. That's why, can't hate on Vince. All right, so see the question. Anybody else you want to touch on here? Quincy, I wish had a bigger chance, but you like you mentioned backstage stuff and
Hey,
all
man.
that.
Unfortunately, that internet stuff, it'll come back to bite you.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, this use, you know what I mean? Shanky, I heard, was a nice guy, according to Mansoor. There was a story about when Shanky got mollywopped by those chairs repeatedly by oh my gosh, somebody beat him, bro. I think it was Bobby Lashley or somebody. I can't remember who, but they left the welts all over him. Shanky apparently didn't really know English. Learned the English language coming here to wrestle for the WWE. Was on his own.
Wow.
Came out here, but on his own. He used to hang out with I can't remember who he said. To help learn it, help he can learn English and stuff like that. And he got beat, whooped up, got all those welts and bruises, went to the back, thanked everybody, shook hands, went back, got changed like a good gentleman.
Wow.
Like a good worker. I said, okay, respect to Shanky. He said ever since then they had big respect for Shanky. But okay. And I mean, when was she doomed, Vern? Was she doomed here? Was she doomed here, Vern? Look up for me. Was she doomed here when she went high five and then fist bumped the kid? Was she done?
You know what? She's one of the people who how much can you try? She's everything Vince liked, right? The physical appearance, the hair, everything Vince likes. But how many times can you try and
so she came to the WWE in 2013. Okay. I'm trying to find a picture of her then. I'm seeing a lot of, because at one point she was bulky, am I right?
Yes.
She was like not fitness model, but bodybuilder big. And I'm trying to find those pictures. Maybe, oh, whoops, that's not what I wanted. Was it here? It has to be. Yeah, it has to be because her arms are huge. Okay, hold on. So, no, that looks like it's pretty recent. Am I bugging, Vern? That looks like a pretty recent photo of her. I put 2013 to see if I can find an old photo of her. Yeah. But I'm struggling to. It's like they got wiped off the internet along with her WWE career. Let me stop. Don't do that, Frank. Stop it.
Don't be that.
But anyway, like, at one point she was jacked, right? And yeah, right. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. And this is her, I guess, way back as well. This is also her here too. So what I'm seeing, Vern, is she aged drastically in those 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this photo of her here in this picture right here. And I think this was that segment where I think Bobby Lashley got speared through the stage by Brock Lesnar, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember because this is all blacked out over here. But just look at her face. I'm not trying to be mean, but look at her face, Vern.
Mm-hmm.
Just look at her face there. It shows tons of age. Compared to here, look at this picture of her here, right?
Yeah, but it's like,
I mean, she aged, and I think that didn't help her. I don't think that helped her.
I don't know. I always think like when your gimmick is based solely on your physical appearance, it's the thing that's fleeting the most, right? It's the thing that it's always changing. Your physical appearance, like you can't look the same always.
Yeah.
And
I'm sorry. She's 34 years old. I thought she was older.
No, I'm not trying to bag on her and say she got old or anything, but I'm just saying like when you're a body person,
I thought she was older. Yeah.
When you're a body person, I just feel like that just has a ceiling to it. There's like, unless you're full of personality, which how many different gimmicks could they try? Could they keep trying with her? They gave her the mean girl thing at the end. No, she had that one solid match on NXT with the kendo stick match she had where, you kind of was like, wow, she's toughed it out. She really showed some guts, some heart. Crowd got behind her. That was the last spark of life she had.
Don't forget that match with Cora Jade. Go to the buckle. Vern. Look at me, Vern. Go to the buckle. But she literally pointed to Cora Jade and told her to go to the buckle during her comeback. You don't remember that now?
I don't.
You etched that out of your mind. I can tell.
Probably. Probably.
All right. So last question, Vern, and we can move on.
Rick Boogs. These guys. Rick Boogs. There's another guy.
Oh, you want to talk about Boogs?
Just real quick on Rick Boogs. Have you seen his tweets about after Vince stepped down as the Vince stepped down, that was pretty
Yep.
much the end of my career.
Okay, I think he's in the same boat as the models. He was a comedy act. I think it's the same
in
thing.
Rick Boogs' brain, do you think he believed he was just going to play fake air guitar and guitar for Shinsuke Nakamura for the rest of his career and occasionally have to wrestle a match?
Brother, first of all, if I was him, if I was this guy, I'd be pissed that this guy was on TV at the same time I was. Okay? And the fact that they didn't put these kids together and do anything with them, only briefly, it was only for a few promos, then it's like, well, what are you supposed to do? You got another guy who's walking around with a guitar. That's like two Rays. You can't have two guys with masks. It's Ray and nobody else. I mean, nowadays it's a little different. You got Dragon Lee's and stuff like that, but it was Ray. Ray's the mascot.
Even so, like, I just don't. What career did Rick Boogs think he was having?
I don't know.
I really do think in Rick Boogs' mind, this was his shot. There is no AEW for Rick Boogs. There's maybe some indie shows, but there's no AEW. There's no demand for Rick Boogs. But like, do you think he doesn't get the fact that he got hurt like 4 times?
He also got hurt on the grandest stage of them all. The grandest stage of them all.
He got hurt. Yeah, he blew his knee out.
I felt so bad for him. I saw the WrestleMania 24/7 or 3, whatever it is. The one where they break down the WrestleManias and stuff like that. And they showed him in the back, and he's sitting there like on the verge of tears with his wife. And I'm like, damn, dude, I can only imagine. But yeah, I mean, as far as character wise, he wasn't gonna go nowhere, dude. None of these people were, for the most part.
Let's be honest.
Positive Ali.
The Ali one was shocking, but almost just because they haven't booked in a match or had him booked in a match, and they've since pivoted. Yeah. But I was like, wow, that must have. But Ali was a guy requested his release forever ago, and they never gave it to him. They finally gave him his release, so I hope he got what he wanted.
He wanted it. He wanted it all those years ago, right? And now he's finally got it. So, okay. So last question, bro. Last question. I think you know what I'm about to ask you.
What's up?
We're gonna go to the list. You're just gonna say yes or no. Who's going to the dub? Going to the dub? Yes or no? Mustafa Ali. Okay.
Nope.
Should I write these down? It's 21. This will be a big list.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure we'll remember.
Sure.
Rick Boogs?
No. Aaliyah?
Yes.
Okay. Elias.
Actually, no. I'm gonna say no to Aaliyah because I think Aaliyah is somebody who wants to come back to the Fed. I don't see her going down the Fansly or anything like that. I see her or Fan Time. I see her. I don't know.
Let's see. Hold on a second, Vern. I just gotta confirm one thing.
Sure.
The pictures of her in bikinis already. Are you sure, buddy? Vern? You sure about that? You sure she won't take that route?
I mean, I think she wants a job back here, so I don't know.
Sure. I think I'm agreeing with you so far, but I think she goes Impact. I think she becomes a major player in Impact.
I could see that. I could see
major player.
Yep.
Yeah. She's not bad. There's no gimmick. There's no gimmick with Aaliyah. She's just Aaliyah. There's nothing. There's no like anything for the crowd to attach with, you know? She's just Aaliyah. Okay, moving on. Elias.
No, I think Elias does conventions, but I don't think he comes back to wrestling. He just had a newfound religious experience in his life. So he's yeah.
You read this asterisk? Can you read that asterisk right there? Can you read what that says, or I need to zoom in? You good? You hearing things? Is it Abi?
No, I thought I was hearing something. So I was like, what is that noise?
Can you read what I highlighted?
No, Elias has portrayed his own brother Ezekiel. Yeah, can I tell you? Someone put that out. They were like, Ezekiel confirms that Elias confirms that he was in fact Ezekiel, and I was like,
yeah, he said it. Like, duh. Are you
this meme news? Like, what is going on, folks?
Right, like confirmed. Like, bro, duh. Everybody knew that as soon as we saw him. As soon as he came out shaved in trunks, I'm like, it's Elias without a beard. Are you dumb? Like what?
Yeah. So no, I don't. I think he does conventions, but I don't see him coming back.
Yeah, you think he does a few signings?
Impact. If anything, if he comes back, I see him going to Impact.
Elias, Impact. Okay, we'll see.
Elias and Joe Hendry. There's a program you know you wanted, so you got it.
Say his name and he appears. We believe in Joe Hendry. All right, sorry, that's all I had to do. Riddick Moss.
Riddick Moss, I think he wants to find his way back. I think he might get signed to the Dub, but if he does, he's gonna go the way of what was his name from the family who they threw him in the water and he ended up on AEW after Shark Week?
Oh, not Stacks, the other one.
Dimes.
Whatever his name was. Dimes, there you go. Sure.
Dimes. Yeah, I think he goes the way of Dimes. I think if they bring him into AEW, he does one match, one job, two jobs, and then we never see him again.
Rampage. I think Impact. I think him and Tennille Dashwood go to Impact.
Yeah, well, actually, yeah, if you send him as a pair, then yeah, him and Emma go to Impact. I can see them going to Impact.
That's what I'm thinking. Top Dollar's done. Rapper.
Top Dollar's going to pursue something else.
Yeah, he's rapping, I think. Because now we didn't mention him, besides the fact that he was done once he did the dive. He's the only member of Hit Row that got released. B-Fab's there, Adonis is there. Those kids get repackaged. He's gone. The Hit Row, no Swerve. Granted, even I think with Swerve, I don't think the Hit Row
never
stable
gonna work.
was gonna work. Just like you said, hip hop and wrestling just doesn't seem to work, bro. Unless it's a Cena who's rapping, but you know why. So let's just keep it moving, all right? So yeah, he's done. He's a rapper, right? That's the best thing he can do at this point, right? Okay. Shelton.
I think Shelton comes back. I think Shelton's a guy we'll definitely see on do a one shot for AEW like Johnny Mundo, and he'll probably do the loop. I could see Sheldon running the loop, doing a Japan spot, like just picking a couple of like big shows.
Sure. I feel Shelton will definitely do some indie stuff. Because he can definitely still go. He's in great shape, and even as I think he's in his 40s, if I'm not mistaken, he's in better shape than I am. So he's in great shape. I think he winds up coming back. I mean, this would be his third stint. Look, 2002 to 2010, and then 2017 till now. I think he comes back, but in a backstage role. That's my guess. Because there's nothing. And you know who else stayed on? Cedric Alexander.
Yeah.
And I think that's because he's an H guy.
That's money.
You know, we know that's an H guy from the Cruiserweight Classic, right? So let's see what they do with Cedric. But Shelton, I think he comes back. Agent, if he wants to stay on the road and stuff like that, some other backstage, they'll find some kind of spot for him there. Emma, I already said Impact. What do you think?
Yeah, back to Impact, right? Because she was on Impact.
She was. That time between 17
she was like a
and 22,
champ on Impact. No, she was
over. She was a knockouts champ and I think tag team champ. So they were using her, and they brought her back in 22. They brought her back last year, but she didn't do anything. She was like a waste of a year, to be honest. Emma came in, and think about it. Remember, I don't know if you remember. Do you remember Emelina?
Yes.
They were good. They were trying to build Emelina. And then it went nowhere. And then she got released. And then she went to the Indies and did Impact.
Do you remember the dance?
Over. They put her and Santino together. Over, brother. Ziggler. Come on, you know. Come on, say it. Good guys.
Yeah. He's all elite. He'll be all elite. Nick Nemeth will be all elite.
Nick Nemeth is all elite. Yeah, Nick Nemeth is all elite with his brother, right? They'll put him in the trust. He'll be the leader. Whatever the heck they call it, Tony Khan stable that he's in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ari Davaria, whatever. Daba Kato, what do you think?
Impact, or is he going to end up at OVW?
You know what I say? Movies.
Brother.
Big brawler. The big brute guy. Like Kurgan played the guy in 300. Where he was that big ugly ogre in 300.
Yes.
That'll be Dabakato. He's gonna do movies, I feel like. Somebody saw him already. And remember, he's been with the E for 7 years, which is crazy. But we've only just seen him. Yeah. Like I seen him in NXT recently. He did the Raw Undergrounds, and then he was the heater for Apollo with that Dabakato name. Because he was Aziz, Commander Aziz.
Commander Aziz.
Yeah, he was Commander Aziz. So yeah, I say movies. I don't think anywhere else. Dana Brooke, done.
I
34
I
years
mean,
old, done.
I could see Impact trying to give her something,
Uh-huh.
but
Uh-huh.
I don't see the AW making a play for her. Unfortunately, I don't think she moves the needle anymore.
Can I tell you something?
Shoot.
I think she is going to be the one making big indie dollars out of this.
Yeah.
Out
Oh
of
yeah.
this. Former WWE superstar Dana Brooke. Yep. I feel like there's some people out there that'll be willing to book her based off of what she did since 2013, which really wasn't anything, but she was always on TV. No matter what, she was always on TV.
That's a
So
name.
I think, whatever her real name is, I don't know what her real name is. Do you know? Is it? It's not really Dana Brooke, is it?
I have no idea.
I doubt it. Ashley May Sabera. Ashley Sabera is her name. There's a picture of her here. I swear she's trying to look like Charlotte, Vern. Yo, what? Hold on.
Oh wow.
She's trying to hard look like Charlotte right here, right?
Wow.
For the audio listener, this is 24, the last 24/7 champion. Wow. No, she's not. What's her name was?
That's bugged. I thought that does look a lot like Charlotte.
She was trying to look like Charlotte, ain't she? The last 24/7 champion was, come on. Where's Prof to help me here? Shay. Nikki Cross. She tried to throw it in the trash and she missed while she walked away.
Yeah.
I don't know if when they had her with damage control.
I do remember that. Yep.
Whereas Mansoor and Massey already said what they were doing. They're going to do indie shows. 90 days, they're going to start doing indie shows. They're going to vlog everything. So we know already what they're going to do. They're going to probably boost up their YouTube channel.
Content. Yep. Get content.
Social media content. It's smart because I think that's their market. Because I'll be watching because I've been fans. I liked it. Ever since they put these two together, we sung their praises. I don't know how many episodes ago when I played it for you and you were just like, yes, I love this. Like, this is awesome. These guys are embracing it. But, never came to fruition. So, yeah, we already know with them what they're going to do. Quincy.
Go learn a new hold, kid. Maybe people will forget about everything and they'll see him back later.
Indies, different gimmick, maybe, more flamboyant.
He's got to figure something out.
Yeah, I don't know if people are going to want to book him. Who knows?
We'll see. I could see his name appearing on IWTV emails. I could see seeing Quincy Adams on Quincy Elliott, on emails through IWTV.
Facts.
I could see him doing a Beyond show.
Yeah, absolutely. Beyond or Limitless Wrestling, they bring him in. Absolutely. Shanky, what do you think?
I don't know enough about him, but I'm guessing maybe he could do Impact as well, because Impact does seem to be the home of, like, we want to hire big men and things like that.
Sure. I'm going to say for Shanky, you said it for a couple other guys, I think Shanky will be back. Because I think Shanky was trained by the WWE. His name is Gurvinder Singh Malhotra. He's only 32. He's 7 feet tall. Trained by the WWE Performance Center.
Wow. Okay.
So, oh no, that's got to be a lie because I'm now looking in his thing here. This is Wiki. It says age 24. He joined the Continental Wrestling Entertainment in 2015. Hold on. Shanky Singh, an official YouTube channel of the CWE. Being selected for WWE tryouts at the United Arab Emirates. He won the heavyweight title. We gotta debunk that. Shanky heavyweight champion. Yeah, I think he winds up coming back.
Okay.
Would you let a 7-footer go who never really got a fair shake in anything? Unless he doesn't grasp it. Unless he just doesn't grasp the game.
That's why I think that it's possible to see him just end up elsewhere for a little bit.
Yeah.
Go learn a new, like the JR thing. Go learn a new hold, kid.
Yeah.
Go learn a new hold, kid. Excuse me.
This the lovely young lady, Julissa Leon. She was in a tag team, right?
Yeah.
With the other girl, with not Electra, but another, like a Brazilian girl, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and she was part of that, like, sports players turned into wrestlers. So I thought she did all right because she's like a former tennis player or something.
Something like that.
Yeah. So I mean, I think she's gonna end up just making dates.
Okay. Yeah, probably a couple autograph signings. former WWE
Work in the convention
superstar,
circles.
NXT superstar. Yeah. I'm not even gonna bother with this guy. I've never seen him do anything. I don't even remember this spot.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't even remember this spot. I think he's actually this guy, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on. I think he might be the big body guy, the guy in the corner. Maybe not. No. I'm looking at his page on Twitter. Of course, now he's posting stuff. He's posting modeling pictures. Maybe he's gonna be a model. Yeah, it's the guy with the long hair. It's the guy with the long hair. He pinned something from a year ago. I can't show it. It's WWE watermarked, but it said a life-changing opportunity that I'm truly at a loss for words for. The accumulation of literal blood, sweat, and tears that got me to this point. All the trials and tribulations, the doubt, the hate, the heartbreaks, but all glory to God for the blessing to start a new chapter. That was August 10th, 2022. He got signed at the SummerSlam tryouts. Wow. So he must have not improved in a year. And they just cut ties. Yeah, he's got a SummerSlam tryout shirt on. He's sitting with Triple H in this video. I'm not playing the audio or anything. And it's saying he got Oh, forget it. That was something else. It said this guy looks like he had a rough go at it. It said diagnosed. I don't know if you can hear that. It said diagnosed with rare cervical stenosis condition on day 1 of WWE arrival. Oh, wow. So he definitely had some medical issue that probably held him back a little bit. So, okay. We'll keep it moving on. Him, Ikemen Jiro.
Japan, I'm going to Google him. I don't know. He was. I have no idea.
I don't know where else. I don't know if Ikemen Jiro's ever worked anywhere else. Ikemen Jiro was trained by Tajiri. So Tajiri had his own Hustle, right? Yeah. He's been working in Hustle since he was 14. Wow. So I'm sure he'll find some work. He'll find some work in Japan, I'm sure. If he hasn't had anything lined up now, Brooklyn Barlow, another one of those sports athletes, I believe. Sincere, I think another one of those sports athletes.
Don't know.
And then Matt Riddle. What about Riddle? What do you think?
I think Riddle comes back. Riddle will be back. No, Riddle will be back.
You don't think Riddle's a good guy? You just said all that stuff with Dana.
I know, but I think that Riddle has to will show that he's grown up, won't get in trouble, clear his name out, etc. Because I'm sure, like, that's part of the impetus was after everything that happened and etc. Right after the whole incident at the airport that turned out to be a whole lot of nothing. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking it was just like all of a sudden hearing someone be like, "Yo, that Riddle's I think it was just like, okay, you're not wrong,
right?"
So I think give it some time. I think we might be able to see him back.
Okay.
Or if Dana's that petty, then no. I don't think no.
We'll see. I think if he doesn't get a look with the E, good guys. Major star with the good guys.
Okay.
I just think the problem is then he's going to be untamed, off the leash, and I don't know. I don't think it's going to work well in AEW. I think he'll go there, but I just don't think it'll work well. Or it will, and he gets super over, and the E sees his value, and they're just like, "Screw you, Dana. We're signing him again." maybe that happens.
Also,
after you told me that thing with Dana, I'm like, I can see why they would get rid of him. So, okay, so we're moving on to the next topic. We were on that one for a while, but on to the next one. So before we go to one of the meat and potatoes of our show today, I want to talk about they got rid of all these people. So let's talk about the people they brought in for tryouts. Okay. I got this article from Wrestling Headlines. I don't know if you know this website. It's by Mark Middleton. This was posted on September 18th, 2023. So 3 days before all these guys got the bizoot. They're all home. These guys were brought into the Performance Center. And it says, the article reads, Richard Holiday and more familiar faces revealed for WWE tryouts. So as noted, the next set of WWE Performance Center tryouts are taking place in Orlando this week. According to Fightful Select, the following names have been confirmed for the tryouts. We have Jasmine Allure, and that name sounds familiar. It says from Orlando, Florida, worked the July 11th, 2022 main event tapings for a loss to Tamina and was defeated by the then returning Lacey Evans. Okay. On a January 27th SmackDown. She worked 13 AEW Darks and Elevation matches from December 20 to December 2022 and lost to Thunder Rosa on May 12th, 21 Dynamite. I don't know if this is a gimmick name, but it's a good name. Copeland Barbie from Washington, D.C., began amateur wrestling for Queens University as a freshman. Okay, so she's an amateur wrestler. Okay. Raw talent, it sounds like. David Goldie from New Jersey appeared on Apple TV Plus docuseries, The Monster Factory Wrestling School. They got a documentary for Monster Factory?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
I got to look into that.
No, I've never seen it, but I know there's ones up there.
Yeah, T-Mobile gave me Apple TV for free. I got to use it for some reason. Worked 3 AEW Dark Elevation matches in 2022. Of course, I did too. I mean, everybody worked. Me and you worked AEW Dark Elevation too, Vernon. Made New Japan Wrestling debut with dark match win over Vinny Pacifico at New Japan Pro. Isn't that a Chikara name? I feel like it's a Chikara name.
No.
At New Japan Pro Wrestling's All-Star Junior Festival USA. So that must have been a strong, maybe. I don't know. This past August. Jay Malachi from Greensboro, North Carolina, worked 1 AEW Dark match in 22 and 2 in 23. Has also worked for indie promotions like GCW, West Coast Pro, OVW, and CCW, among others. Richard Holiday. This is why I really want to bring it up because it's somebody I used to work shows with. From New Haven, Connecticut. Former top star of MLW that held the IWA Caribbean Heavyweight title and MLW World Tag Team titles while with the promotion. Returned to the ring this summer after announcing that his Hodgkin's lymphoma was in remission, which he was diagnosed with in 2022. So yeah, this is a guy I worked shows with maybe 6-7 years ago when he was just breaking into the business.
Yeah.
Had the look from day one. Could talk. I was like, oh man, this kid's pretty good. And he was in MLW for a very long time. I'm like, when's this kid gonna get his chance? I don't know how many times he's had tryouts, but hopefully this one will work for him. I know they're probably worried about the lymphoma, but hopefully it's all cleared and squared away. This is a big one, Vern. Brogan Finley from Atlanta, Georgia, son of the legendary Dave Fit Finley and younger brother, the NJPW's never openweight champion, David Finley. More details and video reported earlier in this link. I'm not clicking the link. Thanks. That's probably another wrestling headlines link. Nope, not doing it. They're not catching me, Vern. Jamie Stanley from Lansing, Michigan, former college football player, 34 or 35 years old, has done refereeing and has been a regular in NWA since at least 21. Teamed with Hector Kunzman to lose to Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci on an NXT episode in 2019 and traveled back to Orlando for a tryout in 20, but COVID shut it down before it began. Lost to Braun Strowman in Raw Underground fight on the 2020 episode. Has also worked for OVW and Control Your Narrative. Okay. Let me see if I recognize the guy. Hold on. I don't remember. I think I remember you bumping around on Raw Underground for him. But then they showed me a bunch of different faces these are definitely not Jamie Stanley's. Very common name, sir. Another one, Ray Jazz of IWTV fame, Beyond Wrestling, right? Yep. You know Ray Jazz from New Jersey. One of his first pro matches was a loss to Jack Gallagher on 205 Live in 2019. That's crazy. Worked 8 AEW Dark and Elevation matches from December 20 to 22 of March. Has worked 7 MLW matches since October 22. Just the names. Jack Gallagher is one of his first pro matches on 205 Live. Something that just was just a very small point in time. Remember the bonus odes I told you I want to start doing where we just start taking small points in time? I think that would be a good one to take, the 205 Live era. I think that would be dope.
Remember that?
Just to be like, Vern, go back. We're going to sit back and watch all the 205 Live episodes and we're going to critique it all. I think that'd be dope. Okay, so where we at? Hollywood Haley J, another one you know of. Daughter of indie wrestler Amazing Maria. Okay. Appeared on Netflix's Wrestler Show.
You got to see the wrestler. You got to see wrestler in the show. Yeah.
And as current OVW Women's Champion, she worked 2 Dark Elevation matches in 22 and 1 House Rules match this year. Any words on Hollywood Haley J? Anything you could touch on real quick? Yeah.
She didn't get a chance to come to try out because she left her paperwork at home, so they pulled her from the tryout.
That sucks.
Sorry, so hopefully she'll get another opportunity later.
Yep. Okay. Kelsey Hornack from Florida works as Randy Rara for women. Oh, okay. She's in WoW, Women's of Wrestling, and Kelsey Heather on the Indies. Trained at WWN Evolve Training Center and at Flatbacks, owned by Tyler Breeze and Sean Spears. Excuse me. Worked 3 AEW Dark and everybody's worked AEW Dark and Elevation. Have you noticed?
Like that? You said,
in 21 and then 1 in 22. Yeah, everybody did. I'm surprised me and you haven't, seriously. And 1 this year. Has professional cheerleading background. and was named University of Tampa's head cheerleading coach in 2018. Okay, so she's a legit cheerleader. Chase U, baby. She's next for Chase U. A name I'm about to butcher. Maddie, oh maybe not. Maddie Renkowski from Texas has been an NWA regular since December of 21, and held NWA Women's World Tag Team titles. Made ROH debut with loss to Willow Nightingale in May. Was I watching? Still? When did Ring of Honor debut? Again on Honor Club. Who knows?
How would I know?
Yeah. I stopped watching after episode 2. So I have no idea. Worked 24 AEW Dark and Elevation matches from December 20 to December 2022, and lost to Nyla Rose on the March 25, 22 Rampage. Maybe I did see her, but I saw her in one of these.
Yeah, at the corner of your eye.
Maybe that's when I saw. Yeah. Valentina Rossi. This name sounds familiar now. From New Jersey. I think she works Beyond, if I'm not mistaken. From New Jersey, worked 16 AEW Dark and Elevation matches from June 5th, 21 to March 24th of this year. Teamed with Gabby Stevens for a handicap match. Lost to Persa Parada on the November 16th, 21 NXT episode. Worked for Women of Wrestling and others. And then somebody named Damaris Largo, and they have no info on that person. That's kind of messed up. So Valentina Rossi sounds familiar. Does this face look familiar? This is her AEW 8x10 shot. Check this out. Does this girl look familiar to you? Something about her. The name sounds familiar. That's why I was like, oh, she sounds familiar. Let me do AEW.
I feel like maybe I've seen her on IWTV.
Maybe. I feel like the name sounds super familiar. I mean, this is her doing Dark, it looks like, or Elevation. But yeah, I see I hear the name, and it sounds familiar. It says here making AEW debut, but yeah, and she is working. What's her name? Julia, right? Julia Hart.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't know. The name sounded familiar, and I was just like, I know I've heard that name before. But yeah, that's on that. Any names that pop up to you that we covered, of course?
No, I'm a boy.
Yeah, I've got like I said, Richard Holiday. That's why I wanted to bring it up. Ray Jazz. We'll see. Anybody you think they're picking up from this tryout besides your Hollywood Haley J girl?
Nobody. No name. I mean, no one on there was someone that I was like, oh man, I can't believe they got to try out.
Yeah.
I think, they're investing in the future. I'm just happy to see some indie names on there again.
Right. It feel like it's been a while. I mean, the last time we did this, it was all sports guys. Now, like I said, this kid, Richard Holiday, I don't know if you ever watched him on MLW, but kid's always had the look. He's always had the look. We used to go to NECW shows. This is how he used to carry himself. Suit, tie, coming to the shows, gear bag, always that way. I guess this was a stable they had or something here, huh? I don't know. Isn't this the guy? Isn't this the Parker guy right here?
Yeah. That's that's the original stable. All of them with EC3, right?
Well, no, you mean MJF?
No, MJF, EC3. I thought they were all part of the stable.
Where do you see EC3? I don't
Isn't that
see
him
EC3.
right there with the sunglasses?
The EC3? You're calling that EC3?
Not EC3,
sir?
excuse me, not EC3. Ethan Page. Or is that I was not on EC3. I meant Ethan Page, the Canadian guy.
Oh, that might be Ethan Page. Correct. That might be Ethan Page.
Yeah.
You might be right on
My
that.
bad.
But
I kept saying it. This guy's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Let me see if I can find an old NECW photo of him. Probably not. That was eons ago. This is him at NEW. But yeah, he did all the loops up here in the Northeast, and then got that MLW contract because MLW is keeping close eye on lots of talent. They actually just signed Ichiban, which is another guy who worked out here out of Connecticut. So, you didn't know that?
Ichiban got signed to MLW?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
Good for him. No.
He got signed to MLW this past week. Oh, I would have made it news for you. I wish I knew that. You didn't know. I figured you would have known by now. Look, I'll pop it up real quick before we move on to the big signing. Yeah. Look at him. He debuted at a TV taping and he got the signing. I mean, he was working there, but now he signed the actual contract. He made a big post about it on his Facebook, and he's proud. Everybody was bigging him up and all that good stuff. But yeah, he's He's a MLW
Shout out
superstar.
to Ichiban, bro.
Shout out
That's
to Ichiban.
crazy.
Love me some Ichiban.
I remember him debuting on IWTV, and I think that's quick. What a fast come up.
Oh yeah. He's about Leo Rush's size too. I'll tell you that.
Wow.
But I feel like he's more grounded of a professional wrestler more than Leo Rush was. I think Leo Rush was more of that. I got to be the indie darling and do outlandish stuff like getting power bombed after ladder and no selling it. Ichiban understands how he's supposed to work under a hood, how he has to use his face and he has to emote to get the people behind him. Does a fantastic job. I've never seen a bad Ichiban match. So,
okay.
Like I more power to him. So, all right, let's get to it, Vern. The biggest signing of the week.
Yeah.
Let's talk about her. Vern.
Jade.
About a month ago.
Jade. Say the name.
Jade Cargill. About a month ago. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to find it. Give me a sec. We were asking if she was done.
Yeah.
Not too long ago, we were like, she's done. I've got to go to hit to find. Okay. Boom. Where is it? Where's it say? What's her name? Jade Cargill, 500 Days of TBS champion. That was on episode 33, RIP Billy Graham. So Vern, on episode 34 was RIP Iron Sheik. She had lost the belt at Double or Nothing. And we said, is this it for Jade? You were like, she's done. I said, no, she's on vacation. She'll be back. Technically, we were both right.
Yeah.
She was done. She was just done with AEW. You know what I mean? And she did go on vacation because she came back earlier this month. And she did the one-off working Statlander. And then she worked Statlander and she was done because then whoever worked that match got to work Britt Baker. So I'm gonna do this article. I'm gonna read this article, and then there's a little snippet, about a 2-minute snippet of her interview with, I'm guessing this guy here, Mark Riamondi. I don't know if that's him in the video, but it looks like him. So I'm gonna read his article. It says ESPN staff writer. This is ESPN now, so you know it's big business. Okay, this ain't no dirt sheet site. This is ESPN, brother. Former AEW champion Jade Cargill signs with WWE by Mark Riamondi on September 26, 2023. So yesterday. Jade Cargill, a rising star in professional wrestling and former champion in All Elite Wrestling, has signed with WWE, promotion officials told ESPN. Cargill, who was AEW's longest reigning TBS champion and appeared on AEW television as recently as 2 weeks ago, will start with WWE on Tuesday at its Performance Center in Orlando, Florida, officials said. It remains unclear if Cargill will go straight to the WWE main roster or if she will first perform for its developmental brand, NXT. Cargill, 31, has been wrestling professionally for only 2 years. Her in-ring debut came in AEW as part of a high-profile mixed tag team match in March 21. She teamed with NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal against Cody Rhodes and Red Velvet. Rhodes, one of Cargill's mentors at his Nightmare Factory in Georgia, signed with WWE last year after helping found AEW in 2019 and headlined WrestleMania 39. Cargill was the first AEW TBS champion and held the title from January 5th, 2022 to May 28th, 2023, spanning a span of 508 days. The Florida native is considered a major future star in pro wrestling and beyond. The 5'10" Cargill was a fitness model before wrestling and has nearly 1 million Instagram followers. She played Division I basketball at Jacksonville University. Her partner is former Cincinnati Reds player Brandon Phillips. Oh, that's a sentence. Cargill and Phillips are owners of a women's professional fast pitch team, the Texas Smoke. So, softball. Okay. So I'm going to play a snippet. I have not heard the snippet at all. Only the first, I think, 5 seconds of it I played. It's going to pop up on the screen real quick, and then I got to make it go bye-bye because we're not allowed to play those things without express permission, the videos. Okay, so you ready, Vern? We're going to hear this conversation. Looks like it's Are you looking at the video or are you just listening in with me?
Only listening.
Okay. So
I'm going to mute myself, so I don't talk over it.
I'm going to full screen it so people can see it real quick. So it looks like a Zoom call interview. Cargill is definitely at the Performance Center with the big WWE logo behind her. And this guy's definitely in his office with some pictures in the background, right? Got to get a green screen for that one. His background's not appealing enough. Like yours, you got the books and the pictures. It's an appealing background. Mine, I got a couch. So that's why I got the green screen. This guy needs a green screen. You know what I mean? Okay, so we're going to play this vid. Are you ready, Vern?
Hit it, because I can't wait to hear it.
You were in AEW from the start of your career, 2021. Only 2 years, by the way. Still very young in this game. Why the move? Why WWE and why now?
The leadership. I mean, Paul, Bruce, Dan, and Nick. I mean, you can't get any better than that. And I'm the first signing under the TKO umbrella. I mean, there's so many different things. Where else can you go to get the best quality training? Nowhere else. The PC here is one of one. There's nothing else like it. The machine is behind you. The platform, just the overall history, the legacy, creating a household names. I mean, I can go on and on. I mean, why not? The question more so is why not?
What happened with AEW? Can you just take it through that process of why you left?
Nothing happened with AEW. You know, they're still them. They're still a phenomenal company. It's just I wanted to create something that nobody else can do. And where else can you create that leadership role? Where else could you be a household name? Where else can you create that legacy? I want to be in the Hall of Fame. There's no other place. I wanted to be at the PC working my butt off and working with the best trainers that wrestling has to offer. You know, I worked with the Daniel Bryans, like phenomenal guy, phenomenal, you know, but he.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I had to pause it. She's good. She called him by the slave name. She's good. She's good to go. She called him by the slave name.
Her media training?
A1.
Yo,
A1.
From where she was conducting those interviews and always having to cuss Tony out and always having to play the shtick. And it was like, her media training came through heavy right here.
All right, let's make sure you remember that, and then we'll go back to the audio. Okay, go ahead. We'll go back.
Came here, right? So I thought that this is a no-brainer. I thought that I couldn't get any better as far as in the ring than to come here and to join a mega company.
How much of a factor, of Cody already being there helped you?
Top 3 reasons, and was top 2. Cody is a phenomenal wrestler. He's a phenomenal father. He's very honest, even when he has to get brutal with it. I respect Cody. I respect him trusting the system. And when I first came in, he was one of the few people that sat me down and was honest with me about this entire industry. And I appreciated that. So one thing I'm not going to do is let him down. I'm going to come in here and do the work and show him why I'm a great pick.
Wow, Vern.
A whole different person.
She went from Tony. I'm gonna duck this. She went from Tony, cut this to ma'am, yes, sir. I'm gonna call Bryan Danielson by his slave name. Wow, just like you said, the media PR training, sir. Wow.
Bro, it is honestly the difference between a backyard cookout at a friend's house and going to McDonald's. There's a difference. Yes.
Let's call it Red Robin, because McDonald's.
A Red Robin, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Red Robin, whatever. It's the difference between going to a restaurant to get a burger from a professional and going to your boys. Your boy may make the best burger you ever had.
Bomb. Hey, you had my burgers at the party. They were bomb.
Exactly. Bomb.
But I ain't gonna be some chef that had 30 some odd years of cooking experience.
Correct. It's just it's like, and this is what I don't get. Look, shout out to all the Dub fans. Shout out to all the fans of the fickle mistress. Shout out to her.
Yep. Shout out to the basement.
Why y'all aren't celebrating Jade for upgrading? Like, let's just like, why can't AEW exist in this world without having to compete? They're never going to compete.
It's not a competition.
It's fun to say it's a competition. Sure. It gets people's blood up. It gets people's emotions up. Yeah. It's fun to joke about it. It's fun to joke about it in the group chat.
Mm-hmm.
But
we always troll each other.
Nobody seriously believes that Shasta Cola is going to take over the Coca-Cola spot.
Bro, even if you call yourself a challenger brand or whatever the heck that thing is called, you're not in
just because you called it that doesn't mean that you're in the competition. Yes, you exist in that space, but the same way that that you and I are not going to take over the podcasting space from Busted Open Radio or someone like that just because we're doing it. It's like
we're doing it right.
It just because you say it doesn't make it true.
Correct.
It's the thing about that entire fan base. I'm like, you guys realize the reason it always sucks so hard is because y'all have to compare it.
Yes.
You have to make a comparison, and it's like you can't. They're not the same business model. It's not the same companies.
I'll just cut you off real quick.
Go ahead.
For every time I see a wrestling tweet or like an Instagram post about wrestling, if it's about AEW, somebody's going to troll about it, say some kind of trolling remark, but don't even mention the WWE. The next comment underneath it will be a guy saying, well, AEW is better than WWE anyway. In some kind of
obvious you're a Fed fan. It's obvious you're a Fed show.
You like that kitty stuff, so ha ha ha, you idiot. Yeah, that's after a while I start seeing, I'm like, all right, well, next topic. Let me get off of that thing. So okay, so Jade Cargill is in the WWE. We've been saying this since we first saw Jade Cargill, that the girl is green, and once she has the right training behind her, she will become a megastar.
Yes.
Here's a photo of this is a photo of her. I immediately see a star, Vern.
Yeah.
And she's in workout gear. She's literally in workout gear, Vern. And she already looks like a star.
By her physical prowess, you can take it. She takes her physical appearance seriously. Like, she invests in herself.
She fits the Vince McMahon model.
Yeah.
The airport check, without a doubt. That silver hair, the muscles, the stature. You're going to get these.
Who's that?
Who's that?
What does she do?
You're going to get those necks turning. She passes the airport test. She's going to people are going to gravitate to her no matter what. No matter what.
Yeah.
So it's like all she needed was, just like she said, the machine. Who'd she say? Paul? Did she say Paul, Sean? No, Paul, Bruce, somebody and Nick.
Yeah,
and
Paul,
I'm like,
Bruce, somebody and Nick. Yeah.
Somebody, I can't remember the other name. Somebody and Nick. And I'm like, okay. When you hear those names, that's main roster, sir. That's main roster.
Correct.
I think so I don't want to. Okay, before I ask you this question, you have a snippet of something coming from Mr. Khan himself, and I wanted you to play it. You can play it right through your phone, because it'll pop up on the audio of yours, and it'll pop up, so that'll be good.
Right,
so if you can find it, no, take your time. Tony Khan responded. What was he on? Do you remember what it was, Vern?
Oh, he was doing a media scrum or something like that for
like
the media scrum, a media day for Wrestle Dream.
Okay, and people asked him about that, of course.
Well, they
have it still.
Hold on, let me go to my.
I was going to say we probably should have sent it as a private chat or something. That probably would have been
definitely right. Yeah, right.
But yeah, I mean, while you look for it, I'll just talk about Jade more. So 500 days, 508 days, she was champion. So she was with the company for 2 years, right? She signed a 2-year deal. For 508 days, she was the champion out of what, 700 something? Is that right? If I do my math correctly?
Yes. All right. I got it right here. Let me just let it pop up. And
so for 730 days, she was a champion. She was champion in AEW longer than she was not champion. For 222 days, she wasn't champion or anything like that. I think AEW had the right idea, but poor execution. Of course, right? Which is what AEW is known for. They had a star in the making in Jade Cargill. The problem is when she only shows up to once a week, and that's when she does the training. Remember that documentary we saw? She trained only before shows. Remember that? Are you sleeping on me here? Oh, boy, you just finding it. Okay.
I'm looking for it now because
okay.
What the heck?
Oh, I thought you had it. You didn't have it?
No, apparently I closed out the window and I'm like, well, I don't see what.
If you can't find it, we'll just have to what's the word? Not verbatim, but what's the word here? I'm trying to think of. We'll paraphrase if you can't find it. But
well, no, I have the
anyway,
I have
yeah.
what Tony said. I have like this transcript of what he said, but I just don't have the actual.
Oh, if you have the transcript, then
Okay,
read the
then
transcript. So you don't have to go
I'll read
hunting,
that. Yeah,
hunting
yeah,
for the
okay.
audio. It was just
Yeah, that's what it was. I was just looking
fine.
for the audio
I
if I
thought
could
you
find
still
the
had it,
audio.
but that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Go
why I'm
ahead,
like,
go ahead
I'm
and read
also
the
looking. I'm
transcript.
like, when the heck? Why don't I have the?
I told you to save it, man. You had one job, Vern. One job.
Yeah, no.
One job. And now you're over here
One
just lingering.
job, and I'm over
Lingering, Daddy.
here
Lingering.
lingering. Where is? Oh,
Look
here
at
it
me.
is.
Look at my
This is the
hands.
article. This is the article I did.
Y-
All right. Because that's
You
what it
got
was.
the
I was
audio
like, because
now?
literally, I had an article that had the audio, and that's why I was like, wait a minute, where did the article go?
So yes, Jade.
Anyway,
Jade.
I'll tell you. I'll just tell you what he
was
said.
fumbled by the AEW. Okay.
This is what when Dave was asked about. Dave did the interview, and Dave was asked about it. Dave says, excuse me, Tony.
Tony.
I have only positive things to say about Jade. It's been great having her in AEW. She's always welcome here. She had a great run with us and has a great career. I'm sure in front of her. Excuse me. She has a great career, I'm sure, in front of her. Wishing her the best in the future.
That's Tony talking.
That's it. Tony doing his usual Tony talk.
Tony PR'd it. Yeah, he didn't
Tony
say anything, but I'm sure he
time.
was screaming mad. Was he scream? You think he was screaming mad once he heard that she signed there?
Oh, I'm sure Tony had a whole swear-filled induced reaction to the news that she signed with someone else, and I'm sure he was upset that how dare she leave the family. Like, I'm sure when you leave Tony Khan takes it personally. Like, he goes home and definitely like, yo, that's so messed up. I thought it was cool like that.
Especially people he probably like is fond of, like a Jade. I'm sure he's fond of her, and he takes pride in giving her first break. So he's kind of like, oh man, I can't wait till I get her to resign. And then he's like, oh, she's leaving. He definitely was heartbroken. I believe it. Okay, so Vern, you are Paul Levesque. Vern Levesque. Can I change your name?
Yeah.
Can I change your name to Vern Levesque? Can I? Hold on. I want to change your name for right now. All right, here we go. All right, sir. Spell his name right. All right, you're Vern Levesque, buddy. Okay. Jade Cargill just got signed. What are the plans? NXT, main roster, brief stint. What are you doing? What are you doing with Jade Cargill?
I'm definitely sending her to NXT. I think she needs to get some wrestling on television done. But also, I think that you have to start putting her on shows. You have to start putting her on house shows, like on untelevised house shows, because you have to get her. She has to learn the So AJ Styles, when AJ Styles first got signed to WWE, he said it himself. He said, I wish I would have had a chance to go to NXT, because despite the fact that he's traveled the world and he was one of the best wrestlers, right? Number one PWI and all that. He said, I've never worked the WWE style.
Yep.
I had to learn the WWE style. So for all intents and purposes, Jade is still raw clay that has to get molded into the WWE athlete. And that's what's left to be known. Like, can she do it where you have constraints, you have parameters put on you, you have someone who's telling you, no, can't do that. Nope, can't do that.
Right.
Either.
So let me ask you a quick question, quick tangent before we move on with Jade. The WWE style. We always hear that a lot.
Yeah.
The WWE style. What do you think is significant about the style that the way the WWE puts on their wrestling matches, that it's called the WWE style? What do you think? What are the components of the WWE style that make it the WWE style? If you just had to go off the top of your head.
Off the top of my head, the Gaga. It's the Gaga. It's that the WWE match has Gaga in it. A WWE match involves a baby face stopping to sell, a baby face, but not the typical, not your Ricky Morton. He's just selling with his face, but a WWE version of it is they sell with their face, and they're going to walk around the ring, and they're going to sell to the camera. They're going to constantly sell to that camera. They're going to constantly ignore the crowd, not look for the people, not listen to what they're saying. And if they're supposed to go to something else, you go for it. And you're right. You're not trying to heal out the people in the attendance. You're trying to heal out the people at home.
The fans.
And that's a totally different way of working, where you usually work to the people who are in attendance, and you're being recorded, but you're not consciously working the people who are on camera. You're constantly trying to work. And the WWE method requires you, I think, at times to do both. To be conscious of the people who are there, but to be focused on those who are at home, those who are watching the product,
Yes.
and you're wrestling in a way that's made to be watched on TV. You're not wrestling in a way that's made to be watched live.
Which is I think the problem with because AEW is trying to appease the people in the building. And it just so happens to be the recording. That's why I said WWE is a TV show about wrestling.
Yeah.
And AEW is a wrestling show that just so happens to be recorded. You know what I'm saying? It's an independent wrestling show that just so happens to be filmed and has a major broadcasting deal. But WWE is a television drama about professional wrestling. That Raw and SmackDown, that's what it is. It's a television drama about professional wrestling. AEW are wrestling shows that are televised. It's so different. Two different. It sounds the same, but it's almost like that same. You remember the saying, bro, when we play football? I don't want guys who play football. I want football players. You remember that line? I want football players, the guys who breathe, sleep, eat, poop, football. I don't want the guys to say, "Yeah, I'll play the game." That's the difference. That's I think the big difference there. And I wanted you to say the WWE style, and it's about cameras because that's what it's all about. It's all about appealing to the people at home.
Yeah,
because
you're doing a TV show.
They've already got you in the building. They don't need you to do that. But when they leave and go to that person's town that's watching at home, they want them to fill that seat that you already filled for them. And they're going to appeal to the next people that they're trying to appeal to. So, yeah, that's why I wanted to bring up the WWE style. Yeah, and I agree. To go back to our original thought, I agree with you. I think she needs to go NXT first. But I don't think you can have her there for long.
No.
I think she needs to be there for no longer, like Daniel Bryan, like 6 months, you got to bring him up. Because she can only do so much at the NXT level as far as appeal. It only goes so far. Only a certain amount of people watch Tuesday nights. And they're mainly diehards that watch Tuesday nights. But the people who watch Mondays and Fridays?
Becky Lynch, at one point they drew 1 million.
Of course. Yeah, but see, that's because of Becky. Becky's going to be on NXT. All right, I'll tune it in. Of course. That's how you gauge how big of a draw somebody is. Shove them down in NXT, see what happens when their segment comes on. You know me, I'm not big on ratings, but I mean, if that's what they're still calculating on, sure. But I think she's there. You give her 6 months. You have her work some of the more experienced girls. Have her work with Roxanne. Her and Roxanne. Could you imagine them having a match? Big Jade Cargill against tiny Roxanne.
Oh yeah, we can get back to that Roxanne Raquel energy, right? Was that a feud?
No.
No,
she was up already.
Oh,
Raquel was up already.
Okay.
Hold on. Yeah.
Or no, I'm thinking Dakota Kai. Am I thinking Dakota Kai?
You might be thinking Dakota Kai. Yeah, because they were teammates before.
Okay.
Yes,
I was like, wasn't somebody small? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But you can imagine a Jade versus Roxanne. Roxanne is only 21, but she's been working since she was like 17 or 18 years old.
Sure.
So she's got, and she's not your typical 3-year wrestler who doesn't really get it yet. She gets it. She understands it. And I think she can help Jade a great deal. Another girl I'm trying to think of off the top of my head that's down there. Maybe a Cora Jade or a I'm trying to think of the roster off the top of my head now, and it's not working. Hold on. Let me go to the double E. Let's go to superstars. Anybody you can think of on top of your head while I'm looking? That'll pop up in your brain. Yeah, let's get them up here. Boom.
Off the NXT brand, not that I'm thinking off the off the main roster.
She'd be I think she would. Oh Jesus! I think Blair Davenport would be a good just off NXT right now. Quick 6 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think a Blair Davenport would be good. Let's see. Of course, Cora Jade.
Danny Palmer.
Where did I pass her? I've never seen her work.
Me either.
Okay, you just said it to say it.
Yeah, I'm saying. I thought you were just going through the women.
No, not all the women.
Gotcha.
Gigi Dolan. I'm talking about the girls on TV. Gigi Dolan or JC Jane. You know, these girls, Jakara Jackson, of course. And Lash Legend. Lash Legend is probably like the WWE version, character-wise, of what Jade Cargill was doing at AEW.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
that's fair. That's fair.
Here goes Lash right here.
All this attitude.
Lola Vice, that's the girl that
Turning heads on the internet.
Yeah, turning heads on the internet. Instagram model. I mean, of course, a Nikita Lyons, but Nikita needs to stay healthy.
Laura Valkyrie, she's the one who just got that, right? She had that match just the other day that she got a lot of
I skipped her. She worked Becky, didn't she?
Yeah, Lyra
Valkyrie, yeah.
That's Lyra Valkyrie did her thing, yes.
She can go. So there's a lot. And of course, like I said, Roxanne, or Sol Ruka when she becomes healthy again.
Yo, as we said before, bro, as we were saying before, whether y'all want to believe it or not, whether just because you hate the product, they hate it.
Yeah,
they invest in their future,
right? And most of these girls most of the girls there are young, and they still got a lot to learn.
And a lot of them have been trained in house.
Right. That's the thing. They've already have that training, that WWE style we're talking about. Can I just do just the women? I can't. All right. Well, we're gonna have to go through. But I mean, on Raw, let's forget about it. Let's just Raw alone. Becky. I mean, Candice LeRae can carry her through a match without a problem. Can carry.
I could see Chelsea and Jade having promos with each other.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, Rhea. Imagine Jade and Rhea Ripley. I'm not even down there yet, but Jade and Rhea Ripley, Indy Hartwell. I mean, this is a tag team, so we'll skip them. A Liv Morgan, a Jade Cargill, and a Liv Morgan would be perfect. A heel Jade, and a babyface Liv Morgan that everybody loves. You know, all these people love
a heel Jade and what's her name right there? Her Nia Jax.
Oh, Nia Jax. Oh my God.
You imagine the two of them two just together?
Oh my God.
That would boil up.
Guaranteed she's getting called down to work with her. And we're talking about Natalya for the audio listener. Natalya will be down there working with Jade. I guarantee it. And if you don't see Natalya on TV for a while and for the rest of this year, you know where she's at. She's down at the PC getting Jade ready. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You got Nia, Piper Niven, sure. Raquel and Jade. What kind of matchup that would be? The Haas fight right there, you know?
Yes, sir.
Not Ronda.
Ripley.
Ripley, yep, of course. I mean, I think Ripley is at the top of her game right now, so that'd be fun to watch.
Ricky's one of the best women in the world right now.
Ripley?
Hands down. Ripley's one of the best women in the world.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Character, in-ring work.
No questions about it.
Yeah.
I don't care who you say. There's no woman's better than her.
Which is what pisses me off when people, I'm just going to pop this up. What pisses me off, because again, that whole comparison thing, right?
Yeah.
When they were like, oh, a Chris Statlander is the closest thing to a Rhea Ripley. I'm like, no, she's not. She's nowhere near her.
They're not in the
Not in the same level.
So I sent because just brought her name up. I sent that text out to the group chat. Who's the next star that you say, okay, listen, time's up. Come to the Fed now. Like, time's up. Be done with AEW. Kind of that same Jade attitude, right? Where Jade said, I finally am at a place with leadership. I'm at a place where right? Where Cody's here. Cody built a legacy. I'm looking to build a legacy.
Yeah. I want to be a Hall of Famer.
I want to be a Hall of Famer.
Hearing that from her, that's not the girl I saw at AEW. I was like, whoa. That's why I said, wow, we would stop. But go ahead.
I'm done playing for the Staten Island Yankees. I want to play for the George Steinbrenner Yankees.
I want to
play for the team that George funded. I'm going to play for the team that George built.
Yep.
Right. I'm good. I'm good right now with playing with. I love single A ball. It was a great time in my life. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But that's the type of energy, right? That I'm like, fan base. That's all she's saying. She's done playing single A ball. She's done playing free nachos.
She didn't bury the company. She didn't go, AEW was terrible. AEW was this. AEW was that. She said there was nothing. Nothing happened. I love the company. It's a great company. She didn't bury the product or nothing like that.
Yep.
She
just said, hey, I came to Summer Leadership. And everybody knows that.
Right. That's what we've been saying. The entire podcast, whenever we bring up Jade, if Jade wants to get better, she has to come to the WWE. If she wants that. She clearly does. And good for her. Good on her for that. It's like, how can you hate? How can you hate that? But go ahead, ask your question.
So out of the names I could think of, tell me what you think of these, because these are the names I thought of.
That are at AEW that you're like,
that are at AEW that I'm like, you should come
home.
Do either come home or come here for the first time, because you need to get better.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. So you saw what they did for Brian Pillman in one promo.
I was gonna say we didn't even mention Brian Pillman Jr.
One segment.
One promo. One little vignette. It's not even a promo. It's a vignette.
It's a vignette. In that one little vignette,
it ain't even show him. It
generated more buzz for him than
anything they did.
MJF call his mother a crack whore on TV, say hi to his dad who was in hell, and all the other random things he did, right? You think about it, how they chumped him out for nothing.
Nothing. And no payoff.
And
That's the problem. No payoff.
But the crazy part is you only know it if you paid attention. That's the best part. In the weirdest way possible. It happened on the internet, right? This is the internet age, but at the same time, nobody remembers that. Nobody remembers Adam Page.
He's the devil. He's a devil. He's a devil.
Yeah, no matter MJF, I called him Adam Page. No one remembers MJF and Pillman Jr. No one remembers that the Varsity Blondes. It was a failed gimmick.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Right?
It was him and who?
It was an AW original. It was a failed Griff Garrison.
Who?
And Julia Hart.
Okay.
Once Julia Hart got taken from the group, it was
done.
like, oh, that's the sign. That's the sign. When the girl gets taken, that means you're over. They just don't know how to tell you.
Yep, for sure. So what's your name?
So
what's the names
the names I'd throw out there to you, Wardlow.
Yes. Yep. Wardlow needs to come through. Same thing for Jade. Same thing like Jade. Comes in, NXT. Probably a lot longer because his star power is fizzled now. But go ahead. Who else you got?
Even though I'm sure he's re-signed for a while, but I wish he could come. Ricky Starks.
Yeah.
Because I think Ricky Starks just renewed his contract, I think.
I think Ricky would be a good talker. NXT for a very long time for him as well. Go ahead.
Will Hobbs.
Ugh. Next. If they pick Will Hobbs, they're going to tell him, bro, do not do upper body. Leg presses until it matches the rest of your body, sir.
It's be the place to fix it.
Right. You're at the gym every day.
Chris Statlander.
Okay. Injury prone.
But she's somebody who you get. I think she's another one. You give her the right training, break her of the let me do tombstones on the apron spot, and do dangerous moves that are intentionally hurting my knees.
Yeah.
And I think you have because she's got the look down. She has improved her physically. She has taken the time to work on herself.
She's bulky now.
Define a look for herself. Trim down.
Yep.
And
got rid of that alien gimmick.
And she's
just
come
more
into something now now she talks sign language and everything, which is great.
Yeah, great. That's an audience that she can appeal to.
My last pick, and it's a long shot, Thunder Rosa.
No.
I still think Thunder Rosa has something to offer.
Okay, Thunder Rosa. I think Shay mentioned it in our group chat.
I know her age.
Not her age. She's 37. Okay. AJ Styles is 45 years old. Forget her age. She's merch. She's for sure merch. I got her up right now. She's merch. This is a t-shirt. This is for sure merch. The look of her is great. Her problem is her promo. But it can be fixed.
It can be fixed. And we're in an era where her needing to talk Spanish mid-promo
would work.
It would work. It would help her. I think she's somebody who needs to get out that contract and just take the leap. Like Jade did. Remember a few years ago, right? Why didn't Jade come to the Fed? Oh, I can't work that schedule.
I can't work that schedule.
Much. They were asking for me to move, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. She did the Fed. She did the dub for 2 years.
She got that little taste of what it is and was like, okay, I can definitely do a lot better here than what I'm doing right now. I'm sure that's what it was. She sat down with Brandon, said, husband, babe, hun, I know I can do better.
And I feel like I gotta try this. It's also like I'm wasting my time. Yes. This isn't going anywhere.
I'm sure she reflected during those 3 months off.
Hella
reflection.
It had to occur to her that like
on the screen again.
This doesn't matter. Right? Like this doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many matches I win, how many matches I lose. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Because like Impact, right? Just because it's on TV doesn't mean people are watching.
That's right. She was 60-1. Am I correct?
And 2 now.
2? Oh, she lost twice to Statlander. She wrestled 62 matches, right? Because they keep records of everything, right? It's 62 matches in 2 years. 62. and lost twice. Vern, she didn't learn anything. If you don't learn how to lose, you don't learn anything. Remember, Raven taught us that a long time ago. Shout out to Raven and them tapes from way back when, bro. If you got to learn how to be a heel and lose first in this business, because you got to know how to show humility and be able to, I'm out the duck again, sorry, but show your. Jade Cargill has yet to show her in 2 years.
Yeah.
She's never been put in a position where she had to. They just, it's funny, but she pretty much is Goldberg. The entire story of Goldberg.
Yeah.
Up until recently. WCW strapped a rocket ship to him, gave him this ridiculous streak, only for him to lose in some nonsense fashion. Think about it. What do you get? The cattle prod, right? The cattle prod was the only thing. You might as well shot Goldberg, hit him with a taser just to knock him down. Like what? So you can beat him, right? He beats Hogan in the Dome. You put the belt on him. Hogan in the Dome on TV. Cattle prod. See you, buddy. You're one of the regular guys now. She beats everybody. Never works the top people. Never.
I was going to say that's the problem. Because
never worked Britt.
She fought Glass Joe. It's like she played the game on easy mode the entire time.
Right.
And at one point she was like, yeah, I got the highest score and nobody touching me. And it's like, you realize you've been playing on easy, right?
Yeah, DMD's high score is way up there and hard. And I'm not trying to put Britt Baker over for her work, but I'm talking about her position on the card.
DMD, who's also only lost 4 matches in 4 years. Let's not. That's the thing we can't forget. DMD's only lost 4 matches in 4 years.
It's crazy.
Okay,
that's why those records nonsense. I don't even think they show them anymore.
But she never
was challenged, Vern. Never was challenged.
Yes, she never was challenged, but she never worked with someone that was that much better than her.
Yep. And there's the problem.
Like you never got to work with all the top stars because the top stars were too big. Like it was like that's a problem. The AEW lives in a parallel world sometimes where things are happening and you're here and a storyline's happening there, and it's like, well, why aren't these people interacting with each other?
And it's not like there's brands. There's not brands. Everybody works Dynamite. Everybody works Collision. Everybody works Rampage. Everybody works Dark. Well, not everybody, but the lower tier guys work Dark and Elevation. So like, how is that not your high profile main event of a pay-per-view? Yeah. If you book the show correctly around them, you could have had a money match between, I don't know how good the match would have been. The bell had to ring eventually, but the setup for the anticipation, I think I got the name of this show, Vern. Anticipation might be the name of this episode. You could build up that anticipation and have Jade Cargill versus Britt Baker, DMD. 2 years, Tony, you had that chance. 2 years, and you never did it. Nope. Is there a reason why? Was Britt like,
because I'm sure because someone had to lose. That's why. I guarantee you someone had to lose and that nobody was going to do the jobs.
Jesus Christ.
How do you take a girl who only has 4 losses in her entire career? You got to put over this other girl.
Yeah. But to go back on what you were talking about with Thunder Rosa. I don't know if she can do that WWE style. I don't think so. I thought you were going to say Hook.
Oh, I thought there's another guy. I'm sorry, I've left him off my list. Hook's another guy. Everybody needs to wrap it up and get going.
Yep. Hook is small. He's about Orange Cassidy's size. They stand next to each other side by side tonight on TV. They're the same size. Hook's just a little more built. I think there's something there with Hook. There's something there. The gimmick he does now where he's just silent, stoic, kind of like a 2023 version of his dad before he started cutting all the promos. His dad Taz was mean face, cross arms all the time. Hook is pretty much the same idea, just a modern version of him. I think Hook would work well with you put that he's young, number 1. You could still mold him, number 2. I think that's still possible because he hasn't done anything in AEW for the 2 years he's been there. Biggest buzz, send Hook.
When CM Punk said send Hook.
Jericho.
Oh, I
Wasn't
thought
it?
it was CM Punk.
I thought it was.
Okay.
I thought it was Jericho that
Mm,
said send hook.
mm,
You sure?
pretty sure it was Punk, but that's fine.
It's a Twitter that says send hook.
I thought.
It's Punk. It's Punk. It's Punk. You're there. It's Punk. Because look, somebody, whoever has this page, I guess had the time when he said it. Right? So it's Punk. You got it. I could have sworn it was Jericho. Maybe I'm bugging. Yep. So yeah, send hook. I'm sorry, Prof. My fault. All right, but no, I would have said hook. Anything else you want to do? We talk about Jade. We can move on. We're gonna get closer to the wrestling. We're hitting the 2-hour mark. So
Oh yeah, wow. Okay,
we still got to talk about The Rock. We still got to talk about a little SmackDown talk. So anything else you want to talk about the Jade?
No,
thank you, Jade. Thank you. Is what I want to tell her.
Thank you for opening up the eyes, and thank you for leaving T-ball. I'm glad you're done with T-ball, and that's no disrespect to T-ball practice. There's no disrespect to T-ball players. It has a place. You need T-ball to help kids learn to love the sport. But if you want to make it to the majors, you have to play in the majors. If you want to claim to be a major MLB player, you have to be in the majors.
You have to be there.
You can't play T-ball and talk about how you and the Yankees are the same thing. You're not. You'll never be, and you're not supposed to be.
Right. You're the Mets. Stop it.
They're not but they're not the Mets.
They're not the Mets either.
They're not. They're a kickball team.
They're the Laurel Spinners. They're not even around anymore.
There's something else. Like I'm telling you, man, they're a T-ball team, and that's no disrespect.
No, not at all. Not at all. It is what it is.
If
you want to be the best, you know where you need to go. If you want to work the best, you know where you need to go. Okay, it's at the top of the echelon when it comes to professional wrestling. It's the WWE,
and it has nothing to do with longevity. Has nothing to do with because they've been around so long. It has nothing to do with that. It's because it's a proven product.
Okay, so Vernon Cargill, can you want to work in, I don't know, Seattle, Washington, in front of 10,000, or do you want to go to Perth, which has 80,000 pre-registrations for Elimination Chamber?
I'm sure.
Where do you want to go?
Those numbers are inflated, so it's probably not even true. All right, I'll go with the guaranteed 10,000.
Oh, sorry, buddy. Okay, my fault. All right, but again, Jade, thank you for taking the jump. I can't wait to see what happens. I think it's nothing but uphill from here for her because she plateaued at AEW and start climbing that ladder again. You know. All right, let's talk about somebody from our childhood. Let's talk about The Rock. He made a little bit of headlines last week. Before it was Jade Cargill this week. It was all about The Rock last week.
Oh.
He was on the Pat McAfee show. So weird how this comes about. Colorado football, college football. I know you know me, I'm a college football guy. Colorado football has been big this year because Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, has become the head coach there. NIL, name, image, and likeness, is a big thing now, and he was able to sway a lot of kids to transfer to a school because they can all get NIL deals and make big money playing college football. So he had the highest NIL recruiting class of this past year. He just grabbed a bunch of transfers. Kids from Alabama, kids from Florida State, all came to Colorado to come play for him. So now he's starting to get a lot of media buzz. Okay. Celebrities are popping up to his games. Former players are popping up to his game. I saw a clip of Warren Sapp saying he's going to get his degree just so he can become a college coach so he can coach with Coach Prime. Swear to God, he said that. Coach Prime said, I got a job for you. So this is how much buzz Colorado and Coach Prime has.
They got slapped last week in that double-digit loss.
Handed to him. I came home and I was like, damn.
Granted,
they did not have their best player. The best player, he got taken out in this game from that weekend.
Yeah, but they got swiftly handled.
Yes. But again, Oregon was also, again, we're talking college football now. Oregon is a national championship contender. Those kids are real deal, and they've been playing with each other forever. That just shows you that camaraderie beats talent because Colorado's a bunch of talented kids, but these guys have been teammates for 3 to 4 years, and they know their tendencies. So, and Bo Nix has been in college football for like 6 years. It's ridiculous. It's like his third NCAA team. It's ridiculous. But anyway, I say all that to do this because on the Pat McAfee show, Pat McAfee does College Game Day, and he has to do College Game Day on Saturday mornings. So he does the Pat McAfee show on Fridays at wherever he's going to be on location. Because, you know, College Game Day is a show that's on location. College Game Day was on location in Boulder, Colorado for the Colorado versus Colorado State game, which wound up being an amazing football game, over double overtime or something crazy like that. I don't remember the exact numbers, like 40 something to 30 something. I can't remember. But anyway, I digress. The Rock was a guest on the Pat McAfee show because he was going to be a guest picker for College Game Day the very next day. Because The Rock's got none but free time now. Well, not anymore because I think the strike's over, right? If I'm not mistaken. The Writers Guild strike is over. So everybody will be back to work soon. But as of right now, as of this time, which was September 15th, The Rock was a guest on the Pat McAfee show. And The Rock was talking about WrestleMania 39 with Roman Reigns. And here's a clip from, I'm gonna show it to you, but we're not gonna show the video. Actually, did we say we were gonna show this video? We were gonna take the chance?
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Let's take the chance. Let's take a shot. Fine. All else fails, we'll see you guys in about 4 minutes. But if not, then we'll be good. As for the audio listener, you'll absolutely hear the audio. You won't have any issue there. But anyway, I just wanted to. He just talked about how his rumored match with at 39 with Roman was pretty much a lock, like it was gonna happen. So I don't want to take the words out of The Rock's mouth, so I'm just gonna let him chat for a bit. Vern, I'm gonna mute you, and I'm gonna get this going. So yeah, we're gonna play it. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here.
So after that surgery, rehab, that's months and months, right?
I did triple hernia surgery, emergency hernia surgery, but the tearing quad off my pelvis, I had to go shoot Hercules. So I actually shot that movie Hurt. I didn't do surgery, so everything kind of just scar tissued up.
Weapon. You're a psycho.
Of all the guys looking at me crazy.
Yeah, he's got his knees are, he can't even walk this way. I mean, it's a whole thing. So now that we're learning all this, that kind of enforces the fact that people say the reason why you don't get back into the WWE as much is because if you get injured, it potentially slows down your entire, you have hundreds of people that work on your movies. Your team is one that relies upon
thousands of people, man.
Thousands of people. That is a massive reason why I assume that you haven't been able to get back as much as like all the WWE fans have been looking for.
Honestly, brother, it's not the injury that I'm concerned about because that's just part of it. It's just part of the game. You sign up for it. You get hurt. We all get hurt. That's just the way it is. It's not even the schedule because I could control the schedule to a large degree. It always comes to me going back to WWE and wrestling a match. It always comes down to the reason why and what can we create that's never been done before for the fans. So that's the idea.
Okay, which is perfect. Let's lead into last year in LA. SoFi. Roman obviously on an incredible run. The bloodline,
Yeah.
They're not talking about my bloodline.
No.
They're not talking about Connor's bloodline.
Definitely not.
Ty's definitely not.
Nope.
Tones, no. AJ Hawk's bloodline runs real deep. They're not talking about, they were talking about your bloodline. So that story was a big one. The Rock and Roman, SoFi, LA. How close? Did that ever, and was that close?
All right. So the Rock headlining WrestleMania with Roman Reigns, SoFi Stadium, that was locked.
What?
We were
No way.
We were doing it. We were doing it. We were doing it. But let me just tell you. So about in the beginning of 2022, Nick Khan, who we know,
Friend of ours, shout out
very
Nick.
good friend, long time for years.
Dog.
He's the man. He was very instrumental in bringing Vince and I together. We all flew to LA. We met. We sat. This is the beginning in 2022, and we broke out the Terramana. We toasted life, toasted the business we love, and about an hour later, we started talking about the potential of what this match could be between myself and Roman Reigns headlining WrestleMania at SoFi, and we shook hands and we hugged right there, all three of us at the table, and said, let's do this. And so the North Star, though, so then we had a year to really think about this. So the North Star thought was, okay, let's not do something good. Let's not do something great. Let's do something unprecedented. And it was in what can we create for the fans that has never been done before? A match, great. Roman, incredible athlete. He's going to be on Mount Rushmore.
Super handsome.
Right? Super handsome, good dude. My cousin, family, amazing. We can have the match, but the bigger thought was, what can we do for the fans in this business that we love that will, where WrestleMania isn't the end of something, it's actually the beginning of something bigger.
Got it.
So
what happened?
so we got really, really close, but we couldn't actually nail what that thing was. So we decided to put our pencils down, and then we agreed, hey, listen, there is a merger coming up. Eventually that will happen. There's WrestleMania in Philadelphia.
Whoa.
That's the eyebrow.
Whoa.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that's a potential too. So I'm
Okay.
open. I'm open. But again, let's the boys and the girls back there are working their asses off. What can we do to put them in a position where they're part of something that is a new change, an era in this world of pro wrestling? Again, Vince is a big picture thinker, as you know.
Yes, sir.
And this is why we've gotten along for years, just trying to think big picture. So
How do you feel about his mustache right now?
Strong.
How do you feel about
is that strong?
Oh, yeah,
Strong, Vern? Strong? How you feel about his mustache? Strong? It's a good word. It's a good word to use. Strong. Okay, all seriousness. What do you think?
I think The Rock, he said everything you needed to know. We got this. There was a what do you say? A merger coming, and he was super ambiguous, like using all the. It was classic business talk.
Sure.
Oh, we had that thing on the we had some Terramana, some Terramana. We toasted the life. It was like, are you really gonna? He Tony Khan'd it. He answered the question without having to ever answer the question. He just said words.
He said it was locked. He said it was gonna happen. What are you talking about? Tony would have been like, it was a possibility.
Let me ask you a question. We don't want to make it, we don't want to do something memorable. We don't want to do something big.
We want to make it special. We want to make it special.
It was like, wait, what? They didn't want to make it super, not duper, not uber duper duper. We want to make it fantastical. That's what he said. And it's like, when it came down to it, Frank, it just wasn't fantastical enough.
Put our pencils down.
And there's a merger coming up. The bag is going to get bigger. There'll be more money to be able to spend. Like, come on, stop it. I hate to default to that, but it's like what I hear is financially the situation wasn't where I wanted it to be.
Can I tell you what I think it was?
Please.
The Vince scandal.
Think
put a hold on all that stuff. Of course. He said they talked in 22. Mania was 23.
Correct. A year in advance.
Okay. You don't think any of that Vince stuff put all that stuff on hold?
No.
When the company was in limbo? You don't think so?
No. At no point. I don't think.
You don't think at all that match was going to happen at all? You think it's all?
I think this is
burying it right now. He's belaying.
Oh, I think Rock gave the people what they wanted to hear. I think Rock gave the people what they wanted to hear. Wow. Because I can't. Can you seriously take that serious? Frank, you know what? We had it. It was done. It was good to go. And then, you know what? We couldn't think of something to make it. Had to be more than a match. What, pray tell, could it have been if it was going to be more than a match?
So when I hear that, and the fact that he said he's put his pencils down, I think of the last time The Rock was working with the E and actually wrestling, right? That was with Cena, right? Excuse me. I had chili earlier today. Well, yesterday. And it's starting to burn. Wake up, Vern. Say cheese. So what did The Rock do? Did The Rock just say, I'm going to come in, I'm going to work the one match? Right?
Oh, no. He worked the whole tour of dates where we got the infamous promo where the Kung Pao chicken. The Kung Pao chicken, the Fruity Pebbles.
He was there. So
we also got the infamous, do you have your promo written on your wrist, Rock? Is that where you have to get we all got all that.
Right.
We got some of the greatest promo offs between two individuals in their that were still firing on all cylinders.
Right. Okay. So let me continue. We also got a Rock as a champion for about 3 months when he defeated CM Punk at the Rumble, right? And then until he dropped the belt to Cena, right? We got matches with Cena and Rock going up against Miz and R-Truth.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like when he says we couldn't make it special, I don't know if there were dates that were tied up. Maybe he had the way they wanted it booked, that he wanted to do multiple dates and it couldn't work out. That's my guess. That's
Maybe.
my guess with it.
Sure.
I mean, that's a logical thinking. Like, you wanted to make it special. I understand that. You want to make it special in a way where it's not just I show up at WrestleMania and I leave. Okay, I'm cool with that. You want to make it special. You want to program. That's why he said put our pencils down. You know what I mean? That's what, when I hear him say put the pencils down, I kind of dwell on that. It's like, okay, you guys were trying to cook up something. You weren't just trying to make it a one-off. You were trying to make it worthwhile for a few months at least to build up to this Mania, and it just didn't work out. That's what I'm getting from it. That's why I can believe it. But I can believe your side of he's belaying it and he's just trying to get a bigger bag. Sure, I'm with you on that. But I don't believe that's the reason. I think the reason why is they just couldn't make the writing work. They couldn't get something right.
That's fine. I just feel like Rock saying, there's a merger happening. That wasn't an accident. That was, he told you the truth right there.
He's like, I'm gonna wait till I get some Ari money. That's what you're saying?
I'm hard pressed to believe that wasn't a factor in his thinking. He didn't think, oh, y'all are merging? Oh, y'all gonna get bought by Ari? Oh, it's gonna be a bigger deal? I'll wait till when
41.
I know I can grab even more money.
Right. Okay. So that was the Pat McAfee show appearance. He did a lot more than that. They talked football, they talked life, all that stuff. It was a good like hour-long segment. I think he did a half hour on ESPN, did another half hour just on the YouTube show. And once it got to the YouTube show, it was great because he started cursing, busting out the liquor and all that. It was cool. So this was a Terramana.
Terramana.
Butcher it again. I'm about to say Terramanga. Go call it Terramanga now.
Terramana. All interest is Terramana, brother.
One thing, I don't know if you saw that. One thing on that Pat McAfee show that I was dying about is Rockport. He poured drinks for the whole.
No, I didn't get that.
For the whole staff, right? For everybody on the panel, for AJ Hawk, Pat McAfee, and his boys. He's pouring it up for everybody. They go, cheers. He takes a sip, and Pat McAfee goes, there's something I learned about The Rock today, is that he's got a heavy pour. And then Rock picks up the bottle. He's like, oh, damn, the thing's empty, isn't it? Everybody, he finished the bottle with like 6 cups, and they're all filled to the brim with Terramana. I'm like, damn, Rock, these dudes are doing a show. They got to talk to Aaron Rodgers afterwards.
Wow.
He's trying to get them lit. Yeah, he finished the bottle. He probably left this much. How much is left in this water bottle? He probably left this much. I'm like, bro, what do you got these guys sipping? That's The Rock, though. He takes 1 full cup of alcohol. He's probably still not drunk. You know what I mean? Because he's so built. Okay, so the thing that I mentioned, the reason why I mentioned the background of the Pat McAfee show is because on that same day, which was a Friday, The Rock made an appearance on SmackDown. So that college football game, I feel like it was like a perfect happenstance or something like that. I don't know what word to use.
Perfect storm.
Perfect storm. There you go. A happenstance is more like it just happened out of nowhere. Am I right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have The Rock doing College Game Day on Saturday in Boulder, Colorado, and the WWE was running SmackDown in Denver, Colorado. So I said to myself, oh, wow, because I didn't get to watch SmackDown that night. I watched it the day after, and I was like, oh, wow, The Rock was there. I saw all the stuff, people went crazy. And I'm looking, I'm like, I wonder how far Boulder is from Denver. So I Googled it. I did the Google Maps, from where the stadium is in Boulder to where the arena is in Denver. You want to take a guess on how far it was?
An hour?
Half hour.
Oh.
It was a half-hour drive. So I was like, oh, of course he made it. Of course he was able to make it to SmackDown. So I'm sure he did that. Rock says he's a guy, he doesn't like a driver. He drives. So I'm sure they said they rented him a truck. Like as soon as he landed, they got him a truck to rent, and he drives the truck. And he leads his concourse wherever he goes.
Wow.
He's the driver. Like he doesn't like people driving for him. I said, oh, wow, okay. So I'm sure he was just like, all right, I'm gonna hop in that truck, me and my security team or whatever, and we're gonna head down to SmackDown and we're gonna do the shot there. So let's talk about that SmackDown appearance of his. We'll be brief. We'll keep it under 5 minutes. What did you think of that? I mean, he had the spot with Theory and
it was amazing. It
again, it wasn't it was Waller, right?
Yeah, no, it was him and Theory.
Yeah, but who was? Oh no, McAfee. It was McAfee and Theory at
yeah,
first.
It was McAfee Theory, then Rock came in the back of McAfee.
Yes. And I thought, what'd you think of it? Go ahead.
No, it was a rub like you can't give. First of all, Pat McAfee and Austin Theory is one thing.
Yeah.
But then Austin Theory Austin Theory got to use one of the Rock's lines on the Rock.
Right.
Like
he let you win the verbal war pretty much, just so he can win the physicality.
He did what any kid would have wanted to do.
Right.
I get to promo off with the Rock. And he didn't sound nervous. He didn't sound like when he did with Cena. When he was with Cena, he got eaten alive.
Yes. Well, Cena's a different beast, bro. Cena's a different beast when it comes to promos. So
because Cena treats him promos like he's daggone battling you at KOTD, bro. Because your man is just like
Don DeMarco.
Facts. He'll just be on some. Oh, by the way, remember your baby mother that left you? And it's just like, wait, hold a second. What are we doing right now?
Nobody knows that.
Nobody knows that. And he's like, by the way,
John,
remember the 3rd grade when you failed out of math class? Like, what are we doing?
Remember when you got left back in 2nd grade? Cena. Nobody knows that.
Always has to hit deep cuts, right?
Yeah.
Rocky is he's got comedic timing.
He hits the marks.
Yeah. And he has a rider, right? Rocky has a team of riders. He's not a natural promo.
Mm-hmm.
He's a natural promo, but in the sense of he could talk, but we all know his best stuff was written by somebody else. Fine, I can live with that. But allowing Austin Theory to use the line on him was like, wow.
Money.
Wow. Like, y'all trust him. You got that much confidence in this kid that you were like, yo, do my line to me.
Mm-hmm. And he held his own. For sure held his own. Let me ask you a question about the other half, though. I think it was a great segment. I agree with you. That's why I'm just moving on. The physicality portion. Does The Rock look aged with his movements, do you think?
He looked like the cell when he sold the punches. I was getting Rocky. Yes, and the arms
stiff. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't know if it's because he's so cut now he can't move like he used to. Like the muscles don't allow him to move, but he was. I don't know. Something about him felt robotic.
Yes,
it didn't feel.
I was going to say stiff. Something about him felt very stiff, very rigid,
He hit the spine buster, and the way he rose up, it wasn't like The Rock. It was more like an aging Rock, like a guy whose knees don't work as good like they used to. And I was like, wow. And then
like
the
look
said, off.
Bro, that's a lot of weight. That's a lot of weight to be carrying at that age.
At 51, I think we said, right?
That's a lot of dense muscle to be carrying because that's not just water weight. That's dense muscle.
There's no way, because how much percent body fat? There's not a lot of body fat there. He's straight muscle.
Yeah.
A muscle, but don't they say muscle's heavier than fat? Didn't they say that?
Mm-hmm.
How old was he again? I forgot. 51?
51
years old. Yeah, he just turned 51. That's a lot of weight. Dude.
I don't know what kind of
regimen.
Yeah, and what kind of regimen you have to take to look like that, because I'm sure there's no way, shape, or form that he's going to lie and say that's natural.
That's not natural. But he takes some kind of supplements.
Correct. I just think that's hard on the body.
Right.
That's that Mark McGuire sneeze and pop your pectoral muscle. You know what I mean? It
was WrestleMania 32 he worked, Cena, right? Oh no, this is no. 29? 29. So this was Cena. I mean, this was Cena, Rock's body at 29. I'm just going to share the screen real quick, and then we can move on to the next topic. Okay? Wrestling shape to me, in my opinion. Right? Would you say so? Looked like it was a Raw or something. This Rock looks like he's in shape to wrestle. Right? He's big still, but he's not like how The Rock, I feel like how The Rock is now.
Oh, The Rock now looks like a He-Man action figure.
He's the boulder, sir. Okay. No, this picture, I feel like this picture's old, no? This one right here. Boom. Wait, I hit share tab instead. No, that looks more recent than the Mania one. No? Yeah, look at his arm. His arm has that new tattoo, and the Mania 29 was Was the Brahma bull still there? He's got the big bull now on this picture. If he's not bigger than that, look at this one. This is funny. The dude is a specimen now. I mean, jacked, brother. Jacked. Way more than he was. I feel like if he was to come back, he'd have to find a way to get slim.
It's like what Cena did. Cena slimmed down, right? He's not as big as he used to be.
Right. Because he doesn't need to carry that weight for movies and TV shows. He just needs to have the upper body, the upper body look. He doesn't have to be ring shape at all times. So I'm thinking, man, just the way he was moving, I was like, wow, the Rock looks like, not that he lost a step, but he just looks a step slower than what I remember. So of course it's gonna happen when you're 51. So yeah, it's just something I wanted to point out. But all in all, I like the appearance by The Rock. It's always fun to see him. I'm just gonna go real quick tangent. Took my wife's little cousin, to a random house show at the Garden. It just so happened that The Rock was filming Central Intelligence with Kevin Hart.
Okay.
Bo Dallas was cutting a promo, and all of a sudden you just hear, "If you smell," you see your eyebrows. That's what I did. My little cousin Devin, he was like a 9 or something like that. Big Cena mark then. He had the headband, the wristband, and the shirt. $55 combo, by the way. Then it was a $55 combo. It's probably a $75 combo now. And my wife is screaming at the top of her lungs, out of her seat, screaming at the top of her lungs. I'm just sitting there like, no way. Just sitting there. Rock comes out, cuts a promo with Bo Dallas, rock bottom, people's elbow, sending people home happy. So I feel like I thought that was cool because that was the only time I got to see him live, which was random, not even expecting to see him. The main event that night was your boy, Mox Bro versus Seth Rollins in a cage. Back when Mox and Rollins were working for the belt.
Lord.
So I think that was like 2013, maybe 2013, 2014, something like that. But let's move on. One last article before we get to the wrestling, and then we're going to wrap this thing on up.
Yeah.
WWE SmackDown leaving Fox. Heard about this news, my boy?
100%.
This is on Sports Business Journal, another legitimate site. Love it. WWE SmackDown leaving Fox, returning to USA in 24. This is by John Orand. This was posted September 21st. November 21st is my birthday. September 21st. One big part of WWE's media rights package has been decided, as the Friday night WWE SmackDown series will leave Fox next year and return to USA. The 5-year deal, which officially starts in October 2024, will be announced officially later this morning. Specific financials were not released. As part of the deal, NBC has committed to produce 4 primetime specials per year that will run on its broadcast network. WWE SmackDown had been on USA, on its broadcast network. WWE, I feel like I see periods and I see commas. WWE SmackDown had been on USA from 2016 to 2019 when it moved over to Fox. Okay, on one to go. This move leaves Monday night WWE Raw as the last package WWE needs to sell. Raw is WWE's top property and has generated a lot of interest from both traditional linear TV companies and digital players. NBCU is still in talks to renew its Raw deal. After all, Raw has anchored Monday nights on USA for the better part of 20 years. See, we were talking about that earlier, weren't we? We were off the air. USA also carries WWE NXT. NBC carries WWE Network on Peacock, and it just cut the SmackDown deal. But even as the market for sports rights has tightened due to cord-cutting trends, other companies have engaged in talks, including Disney and Amazon. Sources say there is potential for Raw to move off Monday nights as part of a new deal, though nothing has been decided yet. Okay, a couple things I want to touch on. SmackDown moving to USA. I mean, just like I said before, it was there before. I think what that allows now for USA, for SmackDown, is to be a little more edgy, so to speak, because now they're back on cable TV. They're not on broadcast television. It's back on cable TV where you can get away with a few more things. So will we see that TV 14 they were talking about last year that you wanted up mentioning? Do you remember that?
Yeah. Maybe. Who knows?
Right. So, and the other thing I wanted to just touch on real quick, Vern, Raw, not on Monday, not on television. What do you think of that?
I think with the onset of cord cutting, It's not at this point. It's not shocking.
I mean,
because whoever gets it's gonna have to come out the bag, right? They got like 5. They got apparently the deal for SmackDown is worth more. It's like they grossly overpaid for SmackDown. Like they offered a buttload of money that Fox was like, I'm all set. I'm not offering.
Well, Fox was in the hole for $200 million every year, weren't they? So I'm sure USA is over that 3.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no. I'm thinking
4.
USA is at like 4 or 5.
But wrestling does well on USA, so why want it to leave? And if they think they're losing Raw, why not get SmackDown? Why not get the next best show? You already got NXT. You're still getting your 3. You're getting 4 hours of content. Still.
Well, so weirdly enough, the ratings for SmackDown are consistently been higher though than Raw. Yes, SmackDown, SmackDown gets consistently in your 2 mil range, and Raw has been hitting in the 1.3. They just hit 1.3, a new low, but they generally the 1.5, 1.7. So consistently, SmackDown's been higher rated with the demographic as well. So I think they're buying a hot property right now, but I don't know that it'll be hot then. You know what I mean?
Very true. Very true. I hear you.
So I don't know. I could see it because they also said NXT. I could see it becoming a streaming only exclusive. You know, I could see it becoming a catch it streaming live like Apple. Apple streams now football games, right? And Peacock streams now.
Peacock streams football. A lot of places stream football now.
Yeah, like they get like exclusive exclusive games.
You want the NFL League Pass? You have to go to YouTube to get it because YouTube bought those rights.
That's what I'm saying. So I just
feel like you said, cord cutting is becoming the wave of the future. I cut my cord 7 years ago, and I'm never going back. So,
but to watch everything you want, you're basically paying cable prices now because everything is going up and etc. So,
sure,
you know,
sure we are.
You know what I mean.
I know
for those of us who own the apps, etc.
Yes.
You know, overall though, it's. I think I don't see why it wouldn't go to a subscription. You know, to something like a Apple TV, something.
I think like an Amazon Prime. I can see an Amazon Prime because look at me. I've got 6 televisions. I just have internet from Comcast.
Yep.
Just internet. All of my TVs in my house have Fire TVs. It's either a Fire TV box or the Fire Stick, one or the other. I don't have a Comcast box I'm paying rent on. I spent $50 on each one of them. I think 25 on the Fire TV. For a one-time use, they're mine. I can do whatever I want with them.
Yeah.
Literally whatever I want with them. If you know what I'm talking about when I say that. I can do whatever I want with them without, whating myself. I can do whatever I want with them. I feel like, why would I ever go back to cable?
Sure.
Why would I go back to paying a company $200 a month for something to pay way less than what I do right now? And I just pay for cable. I pay for the internet. I pay for the best internet. It's about $1 something. I pay for the best.
Same here. Yep.
That's all I need from you now. I don't need your telephone. I've got one of these. I don't need a house phone when I have everybody in the house has a cell phone. And I can see Amazon, especially Amazon. Bezos coughing up big bread more than Fox, more than USA, more than Apple. Like, hey, I want this on my Prime Video. Think of, because if he does something like that, if Bezos and company Amazon goes, I want the WWE, I want WWE Raw on Amazon Prime Monday nights at 8 p.m. Sir, how many more Prime subscriptions are going to be there? That's what it is. Because what did I talk about before, Vern? Wrestling fans flock to wherever wrestling is. Because I'm looking at it here.
We find a way.
Yes, look at it. Do you remember Raw being on Sci-Fi? Raw was on Sci-Fi a couple episodes.
I want to say I remember SmackDown.
SmackDown was on Sci-Fi.
Yeah, I guess I can't remember Raw.
When did we watch Sci-Fi, Vern? When we wanted to watch awesomely bad movies. We didn't watch Sci-Fi for anything else, so we watched Sci-Fi for wrestling,
for movies with sharks. Yeah,
shark movies and beast movies, whatever else nonsense, and wrestling. That's it. That's the only reason why we watch Sci-Fi. We didn't watch any of the other nonsense on that channel. It was wrestling and shark movies. That's really it. Okay, so the fact that WWE is known to bring their audience wherever they go. If Bezos is smart, he coughs up big bread to TKO. I need Raw on my subscription service for 3 hours every week. The Amazon
And it's
Prime
first
numbers
run
are gonna go
content.
ridiculous. Yes.
Yeah, it's first run
Yes.
content. Like you always say, content is king. That's what people
King.
want. People want content.
That's right. We were
And
talking
it's
about
all
that on the last
first run
episode.
content. So it's all original content that's being produced weekly.
Right.
And I listen, I think if Apple gets it, you'll get to see a new presentation. If anything, it'll be a new presentation. It'll be shot differently.
Yep.
It'll be shot, right? I wonder if they'll shoot it in 4K. I wonder if they'll start to offer 4K. Like, I think there's
Never know.
possibilities there. There's possibilities.
Endless.
If you go that route. So
Yeah.
maybe we might see a day, bro, where Raw isn't 3 hours. You know, if they get different TV media rights, maybe Raw isn't 3 hours.
Maybe
anymore.
Raw goes back to 2 and they get an extra hour or something else. That'd be great.
And I know everyone's going to say, oh, but the media rights, etc. And it's just like, yeah, but if they're renegotiating them, I mean, if it's on a streaming service, then 3 hours.
You don't
will
need
be
3
nothing.
hours. Right. You don't even need to do 3 hours on a streaming service.
You know,
Because
so-
they control where the ads go. It's not like,
Correct.
okay, I got to wait for this commercial break at this time.
So
No,
I
you
think
can do
that
an
if
ad
it
break
goes to a
here.
streaming platform, then I think that you will see. I think we'll see a new format to Raw. I think the
Yeah.
format of Raw will change.
And let's be honest, the WWE, Vince McMahon, he understands what's coming next. Obviously, they always get that right. They always try to stay ahead of the curve.
Well, he tries. I mean,
Right.
the XFL, that we can think of a lot of other WWE things that he tried to be
There's
ahead
some
of the
ventures.
curve. And
There's some ventures where he swung and missed for sure, right? But when it comes to things like WWE On Demand, which then became the WWE Network,
yes, so Vince projecting and like casting onto the world that he was going to have his own channel has been forever.
long time ago, he said, I would love to have my own channel.
My own
On
network.
Demand is the only thing I can do right now. Sure. As soon as MLB Network and all those networks started with these streaming services, he pounced on the opportunity, WWE Network. Now we're coming to the era where people are saying, I'm done paying 200 some odd bucks for cable. I'm cutting the cord. I'm going to have my favorite apps and I'm going to watch what I watch. And I don't care about what's on television. Why wouldn't Vince be like, I'm not going to lose any. If anything, I'm going to gain.
And if anything, let's be honest, the modern generation of kids they're not like us. They don't have to be first run, watch it live.
No.
We'll
watch it live.
Correct.
Yes.
There's no more pressure to like, yo, I gotta watch it so I know what to talk about tomorrow at school.
Right.
So I can be part of the conversation.
It'll be like, yo, did you watch Raw? Oh, no, I'm about to watch it right now. Okay, hold on.
Correct.
I'm about to
Yeah,
watch it
word.
right
Let me
now.
know what you think then after you're done watching it.
Yeah, right. It's crazy now. Because back in the day, 9 o'clock curfew for me. I used to have to sneak to watch the rest of Raw.
Yeah.
And you'd come to me, yo, did you watch Raw? Nah, man, my dad called me. I couldn't watch it. Like, that's not a thing anymore for kids. It's like, oh, no, I was watching that joint on my phone in bed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a totally different beast. Everybody's got one of these. I think we were talking about that last time. Everybody's got one of these. Your reach is better with this than the big 50-inch I have on my wall.
Correct.
It's an easier reach. Prime is all over those more than they're on televisions.
Yep.
So I can see that happening. I won't be surprised if catch Raw on Disney Plus, catch Raw on Amazon Prime or Apple TV.
I think it'll change it though, because you'll have different advertisers, you're trying to reach different people, right? You're trying to reach a different audience now. If you're off TV now and you're now exclusively on a streaming platform, does that not open up the possibility to do content that's differently rated? Like you could do different content now because you're not bound to the same codes that
the
you
FCC guidelines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
it could be interesting if something like that would have happened. I would just be interested in thinking, wow, what does the product look like going forward now that you have this media rights thing has changed?
So one last thing, I said their name and I just thought of this. Disney Plus, ESPN, Hulu. Raw on ESPN.
So that was one of the front runners everyone was talking about was Disney because they have the ESPN property.
What if ESPN gets the television rights so you can watch it on ESPN and then you can still watch it the very next day on Hulu or stream it live on Hulu and ESPN.
They're taking it off of Hulu. They lost the rights with, I think in like another week or two, they're coming off of Hulu.
Oh, really? Oh, that sucks. That's
all the me too. All the next day episodes, they're coming. For some reason, WWE content's coming off of Hulu, I think, next week.
That sucks.
Yeah.
R.I.P. But I'm just thinking, like, what if, right? What if ESPN, Disney, Hulu gets that deal?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you wouldn't see WWE on Disney because that's catered towards strictly pretty much children. Even though you can put an adult filter on there, but
like you just said, you have UFC's already on there. You'd have UFC and WWF in this one place.
the bag for ESPN, ridiculous. Doing pay-per-view coverage, you can get it on ESPN Plus or Peacock. Like, I mean, maybe Peacock's got that exclusive premium live event. Maybe, I'm not sure, because they have the network. But the possibilities are endless. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that's a wait and see for us on that one.
Yeah, man. No, that's exciting actually to think about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait till it comes to fruition and see what happens. All right. Wrestling, Vern.
Yeah.
We're coming towards the main event time. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's talk wrestling. You're gonna have to help me here.
Yeah, we'll talk a little wrestling here. We've
to
definitely chatted about a lot of stuff tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're 2.5 in, so hopefully we'll wrap it up in the next 25 minutes. Let's get it done. NXT No Mercy. I got the graphic up. Look at that graphic, Vern. That's a great graphic.
This is exciting. It's exciting. I'm looking forward to Becky Lynch and Tiffany Stratton.
Mm-hmm. Wait, hold on.
Work.
Hold on. Don't hold on. Wait. I didn't even. Hold on. Slow down. Hold your horses, buddy.
Sure.
I didn't tell them when it was. I didn't tell them where it is. I didn't tell them the venue. Hold on now.
Go ahead.
So, September 30th, this weekend, NXT No Mercy. We have Becky Lynch, Dom, Mello, Ilya, and Tiffany Stratton as the poster boys and girls. This will be in Bakersfield, California at the Mechanics Bank Arena on September 30th. We have 6 matches, my guy. 6 matches. You ready to hear them?
Tell them to me.
For the NXT Heritage Cup, we got a British Rounds Rules match. And Noam Dar with his Meta 4. What is it? How do you do it? With the Meta 4. Yep. Taking on Butch. Oh, excuse me. Had to hiccup. Taking on Butch. And it's funny because it just says with Tyler Bate. So they didn't send down Sheamus. They didn't send down Ridge the Fridge. Yeah, they just said, nope, we're just sending Butch down and having him team with a friend of his, Tyler Bate. So for the NXT Championship, we have Carmelo Hayes versus Ilya Dragunov. In a singles match, we have Braun Breaker versus Baron Corbin. In an Extreme Rules match for the NXT Women's Championship, we have Becky Lynch taking on Tiffany Stratton. In a singles match for the NXT North American Championship, we have Dragon Lee as a special guest referee. We have Dirty Dominic Mysterio, the champion, taking on Trick Williams. And in a fatal four-way tag team match for the NXT Tag Team Championships, we have the Family, the champions, taking on OTM with Scripps, your boy, the Creed Brothers, and Los Lotharios. So, Vern, go ahead with what you were.
I could definitely tell you my matches to watch for this week. Dominic and Trick, I think, is going to be a barn burner. I think Dominic is doing great work right now as a heel, and him versus Trick Williams, I think, is going to be our final feud before we finally get Trick versus Carmelo Hayes.
Okay. Okay.
Because I think Hayes and Ilya, I think Ilya takes the belt from Hayes here. I think this is it for Hayes' run.
Really?
And I think we're gonna get from here Hayes and Trick Williams, because them two just feels like it's a matter of time now before we finally get that explosion that we wanted between them.
That's a hot take, bro. I gotta take that down.
Listen, Ilya's been doing the buildup for this hasn't been perfect.
No.
Like, I'm not gonna lie and say the buildup for this has been out of this world. Last night, the Ilya and I think Ilya and Trick were in the ring at the end of it. And it wasn't.
I missed last night's show, so
it wasn't. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what was missing for it necessarily, but I just feel like Carmelo and Ilya has to win it. I just feel like if Ilya takes another big L, then it's going to hurt him more than help him. Braun versus Baron.
Hold on, before you go there, okay. I think if Ilya, so I could see Ilya winning. I would still keep the belt on my guy Melo, but that's just my bias.
So here's the thing with that. My thing with keeping the belt on Melo is there's no one left for him to feud with.
Sure there is.
Well, like I said, I feel like the Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes thing, I think that's really the next big thing like on the menu there. But I don't think them two can fight over the title. Like Trick's not there yet.
Okay.
Trick is not there yet. Trick is not there yet. And I think that you have to get that's a match that I think is going to happen.
Okay.
And I just don't
eventually.
yeah, and I just don't see that doing it for the strap. I think the strap can't be involved.
So you put the belt on Ilya. Okay. I mean, sure. I get the logic there. I get the logic for sure. I would say the only way to keep Ilya protected is if there's some sort of interference from a heel that has previous heat with him before and doesn't want to see him as champion. Correct. Maybe that's the way you continue to keep his stock high without taking it all away with a second Melo loss. Again, I believe Melo will retain.
Okay.
But that's my bias. That's my guy since I don't know, almost 6, 7, 8 years ago now. So that's why I'm like, nah, my guy Melo is champion until he gets called up. He's getting called up as NXT champion too. But go ahead. You said you were gonna go Braun Breaker, Baron Corbin.
Yeah, no, Braun Breaker, Baron Corbin. That's been exciting build up. Braun is doing great work as a heel. I'm loving heel Braun. I'm loving Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin still.
Talk to me real quick. Talk to me like so this is heel versus heel.
Yeah. Except Baron Corbin is this always the heel. And Braun Breaker is just a monster who is just like, yo, you ain't gonna mess with me. I'm gonna destroy you.
So who's getting the crowd approval then?
Oh, Braun. The place eats up. Braun comes out.
Yeah, because they love to hate Baron.
Oh,
and I'm okay with that.
Braun is exciting, like heel or face.
It doesn't matter.
Braun's been a poppy, and he comes out with that
Dominican lineup, fresh from the barbershop.
I'm there. I'm like, yo, give me Cuban Braun all day. Give me Hispanic Braun Breaker all day.
Now I gave Baron Corbin his credit on the group checks. You know, I've never liked Baron Corbin, never liked the character, didn't think his in-ring work was well, but I'm starting to appreciate Baron Corbin, the worker, down here in NXT, which I think was the whole point.
Yeah.
I think that was the whole point. The Happy Corbin gimmick came and went. That was only gonna last for so long. Now he's back to being just Baron Corbin, being the smug P-Rick that he's supposed to be, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
So I can commend a guy who has a chance to reset and is also helping out the young guys in the meantime. So that's why I give him his credit. So the fact that in this match he's still the heel, good, because I can't see Baron Corbin as a babyface. I think he's that kind of character where he will always be a heel unless some significant moment happens that has to turn him babyface. But until then, that dude's a heel, man. Kind of like a Miz. Babyface Miz. Yeah, sure, it happened a couple times, but it doesn't work. Miz has to be the heel. Same with Baron Corbin. Go ahead.
So yeah, Becky, Tiffany Stratton killed it. They've been killing it on the house shows. A lot of footage, a lot of fan cam.
Oh, they've been
house
doing
show
those
footage.
Loops.
Yeah, and they've been working this, and so you can see like from the house show footage, you can see Tiffany's getting better. But she's getting what better training can you have than on the job training with somebody who's that good?
So can I tell you something?
Shoot.
I think that's what this was done for. I think they're high on Tiffany. They want to bring her up.
100% they're high on Tiffany.
But the match with Thea Hale, right, was very sloppy, especially the finish. I saw that Lyra Valkyria match live. That's the last two main events, last two premium live events. And I told you they did well. The crowd was very behind Stratton, but there were some times in the work, in the actual movements in the ring where Tiffany and Lyra didn't click. So what better than to bring a girl, the man, not just a girl, bring the man down to be like, look, this is our style. This is how we're going to carry it. This is where we're going to go with this. So yeah, I love that. I love the fact that they brought Becky down to work with Tiffany because
and she's been working the loop with her. She's been working all the loop with her.
That's fire. That's fire. You're working the house show loops with a girl who headlined WrestleMania. What? Like how else? You have no choice but to do better.
Yeah.
You know, because when I was working guys in the indies, I can work my peers. We're going to get better together, but it's going to take a while because we got to figure it out together. I do one handicap match with Shay against Maniac Michael Sane, who wrestled for over 15 years at the time. And we got it so much more working him in a handicap match than working our friends. Because you work our friends, we're going to want to do all the crazy stuff. Michael Sane hit us with the, I'll get back with you guys. I'll get back with you guys. Not even changed yet. Our match is about to be on in about half an hour. He's finally got his gear on. All right, guys, what do you want to do? As soon as that happened, I said, bro, we need to stop stressing on what we're going to do. This dude called it in 30 minutes, a handicap match. And then we went out there and executed it to a T. And he kept it so simple. And from then on, me and Shay were like, okay, we're going to dumb everything down. Because that's what we learned from working Maniac Michael Sane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's no way Stratton's not going to grab things from Becky just working alongside her.
Correct.
So I can't wait for that one. But go ahead. Do your thing.
No. So that's all. Like I can't wait. So from that one, I think this might be where Tiffany gets her belt back. Like the on-the-job training's over, and Tiffany drops the belt back to what's her name.
You got a month out of her. Time
and
for Becky to go
what's her
back and
name?
do Raw.
And Tegan Knox, is that her name, from Raw? That Becky promised her the next shot, and she was like, "Can I get the winner?" Now we get another superstar.
Now you get Tegan and Tiffany.
Tegan and Tiffany.
Tegan needs it anyway because she hasn't really been on the main roster screen that much. It gives her a chance to work Tiffany Stratton. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that. I agree.
Noam Dar and Butch. I think Noam Dar retains. I think this was just we need to reestablish this belt again. We need to get a bunch of great matches, right? We got, like, NXT has given us all different flavors, and this has been their get wrestling in portion of the show.
Yeah,
and I think Butch is he's become this great baby face, right?
Crazy.
Become this great baby face, and
this guy
beloved. Yep.
Yeah,
his beloved character, the Bruiserweight. Bruiserweight's become his beloved character, and Noam Dar is just a heel, a whiny babies get reactions heel.
Yeah,
that's been working, and I think you're gonna have a great match. I think you're gonna put on a great wrestling match between the two of them. But I see Noam Dar retaining.
Yeah, you're gonna. I hope it goes far. When the last time they did this match, when I saw it live at Battleground, it turned into a lot of Gaga and became, a traditional WWE match with the Gaga and stuff, just like we were talking about earlier, working for TV. And then the match was over, I think, in like 3 rounds instead of 4 rounds. So it's like, man, I hope they go far. I hope they let them go to 5 and they do their thing, and it goes to like a decision or some nonsense. Like, they probably won't, but to the final end of the rounds, I hope so.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to be another match to look forward to.
And
you already did Dirty Diamond Trick, didn't you?
Yeah. I did Dirty Diamond Trick, and then the final match, the 4-way tag team match. It's whatever. It's like, I think the family will hold on to it. The family's only defend the belts twice on TV since they won them. So I'm like, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so I don't know.
This is what I said to you last time. I said I feel like Sean books these tag team these matches with multi-teams all the time.
Man, but
he had a triple threat when I went at Battleground. I think he had a 4-way at the last one. He's doing a 4-way again. What was the last one? Let's see. Go ahead.
Man, I just feel like when like who was the last tag champs?
These guys beat him. Gallus,
right? Like, I feel like when Gallus had the belts,
Gallus boys on top.
It was something. Like, there was tag team matches going on with the Grizzled Young Vets, with the Schism, with them, the Schism. You had matches with the family. Like, I feel like at some point we've lost our way on tag team wrestling in NXT. So
they also have Brooks and Jensen.
Yeah, they got like a lot. They have a lot of decent tag teams. Briggs and Jensen. They got a lot of decent tag teams, but I don't get why they're doing the 4-way with the Creeds again. Like, why are the Creed brothers back in 4-way dances?
Yeah, this is like tag team wrestling. It has to be a significant part of your wrestling show, and it's coming from a guy who did a lot of tag team wrestling for many years. But it has to be. It's an attraction. It's another attraction for wrestling, because you're used to traditional one combined. Tag team wrestling is the only type of only part of wrestling where it changes the whole dynamic of the match without making it a gimmick match, because now it's a teammate and you're stretching to get you back to your teammate as the babyface and making that big tag, and all that's what matters. All that matters is getting to that huge tag in a tag team match. You know what I mean? That's the big point in the wrestling match, in the tag team wrestling match, is the tag, as opposed to singles matches where it's the comeback or the finish, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, it's got to be special. You do these fatal four ways. I'm telling, it's. I've been a part of them. It's a cluster. Granted, you can make it look like a great car crash, but there's sometimes it could look like a bad car crash where it's like, man, this really sucks because this was too much, or this, that, and the third. But sometimes you get what happened at Mania with Ricochet and the boys, and it's just like, hey guys, go, just go. I don't know. I feel like Sean could do it. I feel like that's the only spot where Sean's really lacking right now, is in his tag team division, and hopefully that changes.
Yeah, because I'm hoping Los Lotharios, something will happen with maybe they'll win the belts, you know, something. Maybe Los Lotharios, after all that character development they've been doing with wanting to make the family name proud again, and all them vignettes, them raining vignettes they were doing when they were remembering the old days and looking at pictures of their grandfather and such. So
I didn't see those. Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't been following the NXT product, unfortunately. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. That's just why I've been, Tuesdays have been busy, but I try to catch them. I try my best.
Gotcha.
I catch glimpses of it, but yeah, I have not seen any of those promos.
But yeah, man, I'm excited for it. Excited for to see what they do. What they do and what turns out.
So out of all the matches, the one you're looking forward to the most? I already know the one you're not looking forward to the most. That's the tag match.
Yeah.
So
man, I think what I'm looking forward to the most, Carmelo and Ilya. I think those two are going to tear the house down. They're going to do something special.
Yeah. The first time was good too. They worked. Yeah, the first time was great.
But Ilya's a special kind of wrestler. Carmelo is
nobody.
I think they're going to do something special. The ladies are about to kill it, and the fact that it's a rules, a hardcore match, right?
Yeah. Just call it hardcore. Yeah.
how better to hide Tiffany's faults, right? Like, you're going to get her now back in front of a live TV crowd, so let's cut her some slack in the match and get her
have some fun out there.
Yeah. Not even fun, but like, she can mask it. Use weapons. If you don't know what to do, pick up
a kendo stick and swing it out of ribs.
Yeah, and swing it at ribs. If you can't think of a move, or you come to the spot where you forgot what you're supposed to be doing, so that way there's not just hokiness. So yeah. So there's a lot to be excited about in the show.
I'll be honest. The 5 matches other than that tag match are all great. I want to watch all of them. They're good.
Yeah.
But if I have to go with the most, I have 2, and it's basically because of I want to see what they got. It's Becky and Tiffany, and it's Dirty Dom and Trick.
Yeah.
I want to see what Tiffany and Trick can do with the spotlight on them now. Trick's got nobody behind him. There's no Mello. It's him by himself. He's got to sit there and have a good match with Dirty Dom. And let's see if Dirty Dom
can. Pretty good match with Ilya. Him and Ilya.
Yes, I saw that one.
Great match.
I saw that one. Yeah. I saw Trick. I remember I kept saying in the text, Trick just needs to slow down. I said Trick was doing good. He was just, it was like too fast. And Ilya, and it forced Ilya to be like, yo, chill out. But no, that I want to see out of those two. And again, like you were mentioning with Tiffany and Becky. So yeah, for sure. I love that. I love this weekend. I can't wait to see what happens on Saturday night. Are you ready for Sunday night?
Here it is. Here the closing conversation for tonight brings us to the show.
I'm pretty sure we'll probably be done in 8 minutes.
Yeah. Go ahead. Give us the introduction for the show.
Wrestle Dream, ladies and gentlemen. AEW presents Wrestle Dream Sunday, October 1st in Seattle, Washington at the Climate Pledge Arena. Vern, are you ready? I want you to hear something special that AEW is going to do. The event will be a tribute show in honor of New Japan Pro Wrestling founder Antonio Inoki, as it will take place on the 1-year anniversary of his passing. And the event will begin with a 10-bell salute to Inoki.
And his family will be in the building. That was confirmed today on the Wrestling News that this family is going to be in the building. So the Inokis, his wife, his widow, they will be there in attendance.
Mm-hmm. So, Wrestle Dream. What do you think of the name, Vern?
I like the name. The name is actually it works.
I like it. It sounds like a Japanese pay-per-view in my opinion.
Yeah.
And if that's how he's doing it to honor Inoki, okay, good job. Great work. Great work on that, because it feels like NJPW Wrestle Dream. I feel like I would hear that like that. I don't know. It's like that the iconic NJPW match call out voice where he's like super bass and boisterous. Like that's what I hear when I hear Wrestle Dream. So Vern, we got 10 matches so far.
So
Collision
full
is
disclosure,
still that Saturday.
I no longer watch week to week, friends. So I only watch. I said I will watch this pay-per-view because it's a pay-per-view.
Yep, you got to watch pay-per-view.
But I didn't watch the last pay-per-view. So this is the first pay-per-view I've watched in about a month and a half. So
if you call All Out a pay-per-view, I don't know what to tell you. All Out was not a pay-per-view. All Out was Dynamite, 3-hour Dynamite. That's what that was.
Well, remember, All Out was also considered one of the according to some reviews, one of the top 3 pay-per-views of all time.
Vern, I don't want to hear what she has to say down there. Okay, let's. I don't want to have to hear what she says down there. Can I?
Hit me with it. Actually, go ahead, take it away because you'll have more to say about this card than me. I don't have nothing to say about this card.
Okay, we'll start from the top. Why not? Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. Hangman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland. FTR will take on Aussie Open for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. MJF will take on the Righteous in a 2-on-1 handicap match for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship. Chris Jericho and the Golden Elite, which is Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi, will take on the Don Callis family. Are you wondering who the Don Callis family is, man?
Who?
Konosuke Takeshita. Let me not get Prof mad. Sammy Guevara.
He joined the Don Callis family
as of last week.
Oh God.
He did the whole HBK Jericho thing to Jericho. He was Jericho and HBK was Jericho. If that sounds odd. Jericho is HBK. He did the whole swift kick in the you-know-whats, and he leaned on him and looked up at him, just like he did with Shawn. Remember that?
Oh, God.
They did it verbatim. Even Guevara was wearing Jericho's color scheme when he did it that year. The blue and tan, green coloring.
Seriously, so devoid of original.
They're cosplaying. They're just cosplaying. So it's Takeshita, Guevara, and Will Ospreay in a 6-man tag team match. In a 2 out of 3 falls match for the AEW TNT title, Christian Cage will take on Darby Allin. And yes, Christian Cage is the champion now, Vern.
Oh, I heard. I heard about that result. It's different, I guess. A 3-way, and it's different.
A 3-way.
Wasn't it a 3-way? That's how Christian Cage won it. No, it was in a 3-way, and then he tossed out Darby and pinned Luchasaurus himself.
I didn't see that. Oh,
okay,
God,
that's how it happened.
Jesus Christ!
It was a 3-way, and then Darby was beating Luchasaurus, was in a gut for the pin, and then they just did the typical 3-way spot, dumped the baby face,
pin his own guy,
got the pin, and so he pinned his own guy to win the belt. You know,
before we go on, how does the Christian Cage Luchasaurus story end? I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
How?
It just does.
That's actually not bad. That's actually probably.
I'll tell you, it just does. There's going to be no explanation.
No explanation.
It just does. I just wanted to get that one out.
Fair.
All right. So next match, you got Eddie Kingston versus Katsuyori Shibata in a singles match for both the Ring of Honor Championship, the World Championship, and the Strong Openweight Championship. Okay. And then we have for the AEW TBS Championship, we have Chris Statlander against Julia Hart, who will have Brody King in her corner apparently. And I'm just gonna say what it is: 4-way tag team match for a future AEW World Tag Team Championship match. You have Orange Cassidy and Hook, Lucha Brothers, The Guns, and can you guess the last team?
The Bucks.
Carry on my wayward son. That's right. And the Young Bucks. And then the last match that I have here, but it's not the main event for sure. It is a single match of Ricky Starks taking on Wheeler Yuta. Mr. Gruber. Vern, are you looking at the card?
No, I am now.
Match you are looking forward to the most. I'm not going to have you try and break down and critique everything because we're not even going to bother.
Oh, man.
Match you're looking forward to the most. I got a patch in my beard. I keep pulling on my beard. Go ahead. You really have to look that hard, huh?
Because there's nothing on here that I'm like, I want to watch that.
Danielson Sabre Jr. Dream match.
I would have wanted to watch that like 7 years ago. I don't know if I
Same.
want to watch it now.
So I'm gonna say something, and Shay pointed it out. Danielson is still hurt.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
His arm is still jacked.
Yeah.
And he's gonna go out there and wrestle Zack Sabre Jr. Who sits there.
Danielson came
and
back
puts you in
too
a pretzel.
early, just
Yep.
because Tony wanted him, and Danielson can't say no. I guess I don't
Tony
know.
needed him. Tony needed him because of Punk. Yep.
And
And
well,
he
now
came
that
too
now
early.
that Moxley's dead, so or you know, Moxley's brains were scrambled. Yeah.
So the two big when we were going to talk about that, the two biggest stars were Mox and Punk. Punk's gone, Mox hurt. Adam Cole hurt, broke his ankle, shattered, according to what he said in his promo. Could be a work, but track. But every second. But a lot of names that you would see on pay-per-views are not here, like a Mox, like a Cole, like a Punk. Is this the hard reset for AEW ready?
That's what the Fickle Mistress has been saying, that this is that they're entering
the power button.
They're entering into the new the next generation era of
this is the new era. This is the new era of AEW.
Yep.
So what was that? Was that the golden era? Like that was Hogan and Warrior and
basically, yeah, all the old timers are gone.
Shawn Michaels.
Now we're getting all the young guys. Yeah, all the young guys that stand up.
Shawn Michaels, Razor, Diesel. Yeah, that's what we're getting. How well did that work out for the WWF?
I mean, it wasn't a time we'd all brag about. Never forget, Bob Backlund wrestled Razor Ramon at a WrestleMania.
Oh, that WrestleMania. He worked Diesel at the Garden for 3 seconds or 6 seconds.
To give the belt to him. But do you remember Bob Backlund wrestling Razor Ramon at WrestleMania 9? Was it? Yeah. Or was it 10?
I think it's 10. No, 10 is the ladder match. No.
Yeah, 10 is the ladder match with 10 is the ladder match with Brett and
9 is Caesar's Palace.
Okay.
It is 9.
Which was it? Oh, was it 9 that had that match?
It is 9. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, it is 9. I don't even that's the first Mania I watched since I started doing the watching Raw in chronological order.
Yeah.
I don't even remember that match. I don't remember most of that pay-per-view. WrestleMania 9 is probably one of the most
random matches.
WrestleMania 9 probably is the worst WrestleMania of all time, in my opinion. 9 is pretty bad especially with the way it ended. Hogan must pose, brother.
Hogan must pose, brother.
With the mouse under his eye. God.
Yeah. Well, listen, Brett didn't have a tan. You can't lose a belt.
Can't lose the belt.
It's not championship material, brother.
So you still haven't told me. Match you're looking forward to the most, brother.
Oh,
I just screened Bryan Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. and then we
Christian Cage, Darby Allin.
Christian Cage entertains you, huh?
Christian Cage. If I had to pick something, that one, I think that match will be good, because when Darby's in there with someone who knows what they're doing, Darby can be very good.
Yeah. Darby is just caution to the wind, so it's like, what crazy nonsense is he going to do now?
Correct.
Okay. Least looking forward to the rest of them.
Ricky Starks, Wheeler Yuta. I think it's a waste of Ricky Starks.
I think that's not a pay-per-view match. I was going to say the same. That's not a pay-per-view match. I don't care what you built. Stop putting Paul Gruber on my television. Stop.
Yeah, Eddie Kingston, Shibata. I don't want to see that. I have zero interest in seeing Shibata and Eddie Kingston.
Can I call that match to you right now?
Sure.
You ready? Oh, get my fist in there. Ha, 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 ha. Ah! Kick, headbutt, go home. There's a match. Now, remember I called that. Remember I just called that in about 20 seconds.
You got it.
Okay?
But it's going to take like 45 minutes for it to happen in the ring. Unfortunately, this is going to be 5 hours of freaking wrestling, bro, on a Sunday night. I'll be up till this time. It's 1:30 right now in the morning for us right now. It's going to be 1:30 in the morning and AEW Wrestle Dream will be over. Okay. Match I'm looking forward to the most. None of them. Ha!
I just looked through all 10. I'm not looking forward to any match. Okay. MJF and the Righteous. I'm looking forward to that match because I like Dutch.
Anytime you can have your heavyweight champ not defend his title.
I was about to mention that too. It's a pay-per-view. Your world heavyweight champion has no program for his world heavyweight title, but it's probably because he's got to drop these belts. Oh, but his partner is injured. How would you book that? Adam Cole apparently cannot wrestle right now. That's what that's what the program's saying right now. He came in. I sent you the picture. He was on crutches, huge cast, look legit, but it's pro wrestling. So looks legit, says he can't work no more for a while. He's going to do everything in his power to get right back to where he needs to be.
Yeah.
He left tonight with Roddy and them because Roddy was like, with his neck brace, Adam, I need you. I swear to God, that's what he said. Bern. Adam.
But
And
it's a
then
meme.
MJF
It's a meme, so it'll be funny.
See, I'm not laughing at that one because I don't like Roddy Strong, so you know that. S-word little boots. MJF was like, he became the big white meat babyface. He says, I know that's your friend, so go ahead and go be with your friend. So
AEW is such emotional wrestling.
That's how that part of the promo ended.
Oh.
And then that's where Jay White came out, and then Jay White cut the promo. So Jay White, MJF is probably what's next on the docket. Jay White, who's also not on this card.
Oh Lordy, no one cares.
But he's a top guy, right?
When you're in the scene with the top guy,
Dude,
the Bang Bang Gang.
The Bang Bang Gang. Yeah, I want to see how that plays out. Do they drop the belts right there? I hope they do something where Adam Cole sees his friend getting beaten to a pulp by Dutch and Vincent, and he goes out there in crutches and he's in gear, and he's like, I'm gonna save you, Cole. I'm gonna save you, Max. And he goes out there and they kick him right in the leg and they pin him, and that's how the Righteous win the belts. That will be money. I would love that. They just attack him in the leg repeatedly to the point where he can't do anything about it, and they pin him, and MJF can't do anything to help him, and boom, done. They're not Ring of Honor champions anymore. Because why do they need to have the belts?
Because it's fun.
It's what? It's fun? Is that what you said?
It's fun.
You know what's fun? Wrapping this thing on up and getting this topic over with. Vern, you know what time it is. 3-hour shot today. We did a pay-per-view today. Time to wave that pencil, Vern. You know what's happening.
Yo, when the conversation goes, you're like, yeah, there's nothing more to say about this. This show's gonna be whatever. We'll talk after. Hey, look, I will commit to watching this show, coming back with an open mind. I haven't watched the product, so you got one show to bring me back in, Dub.
I haven't missed an AEW pay-per-view in a while, so I'm just keeping my streak alive, and I do it for y'all. I literally watch AEW for the pay window. So for all you 20 subscribers, thank you. You're the reason why I watch. All right, you wave that pencil. I got my guitar ready. I got my
ready.
Yep. Pencils waving. The music's playing. Oh, hold on. Do I get the copyright and just do Swerve When I Drive? Yeah, Bird. Yeah, we're doing that tonight. I'm gonna edit it up. Yeah, I swerve when I drive. Yeah, I swerve when I drive. Yeah, this one's getting copyrighted for sure. You know what? I'm gonna call this the copyright episode.
That's it. Why not?
This is the copyright episode right here. Yeah, I swerve when I drive, because we're definitely getting copyrighted on this one.
Cat Stevens.
That's right. Oh well.
Was it Don Stevens? Cat Stevens or Don Stevens?
Aubrey. Hi, Aubrey.
Yeah, it was Don Stevens. Yeah.
Just say hi to Aubrey for right now. Hi, Aubrey. Good to see you. Welcome back. It's been a while since I've seen you. But with all that being said, some different music's playing. We're swerving when we're driving. To my proverbial left is Vernon Somoza. For my mans, we're gonna touch that tip. La, 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 la. I am Frank Champion. I am me. He's him. We are they. Say peace, Vern.
Peace, Vern.
swerve when I try. Yeah, swerve when I try. We out here. We out here. We out here before I keep going.
Catch a vibe, catch a foot when I